Welcome to the From the 108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's a Twitter like whore, an Instagram thirst trap, and your grandma's guilty pleasure, Beef Loaf. A West Coast attitude in a decidedly Midwest body, My Sock Summer. And your host, he's sharing obscure music thoughts to give you time to hit the bathroom, Teresa E.
Thank you, Quernsey, and welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit. And remember the drinking rules. If Beef Loaf says allegedly, or that he wrote a blog about that, you drink. If My Sock Summer doesn't know a player, or mentions his time on the West Coast, you drink. And if I swear or say, here's the thing, you drink. And tonight, if Wally Money says, yeah, or shit, you drink.
Yes.
Speaking of drinking, what are you drinking, fellas? Beef, I'm dying to know what you're drinking because it seems like you're emptying out a cabinet of just straight garbage at this point.
Oh, baby, man. I really got it going lately, and I decided tonight that I was just going to do the expired beer. So I put it on the poll. I said, you want the expired Next Coast IPA? You want the expired Oktoberfest? Or you want the expired Sox Ale? Or all the above? And of course, the 108 fan base wants me to spray out there to all fields, and I'm doing all of them. But for now, the first one that I'm tackling is My Sock Summer favorite, the Oktoberfest.
See, that feels like the
Well
rules because, like, I've had the Next Coast after it's a date that's like the expected date,
expiration date,
yeah,
and it's still good, man. It's still delicious.
It's still good.
The Sox Ale still good.
Sox Ale still on point.
I don't know about the Oktoberfest. I have not had an old Oktoberfest, so you're gonna have to tell us how that goes.
I think Oktoberfest for me always tastes old. Like it has just the flavor of like a beer that you're like, I shouldn't be drinking this kind of. Like that's the way
very fermented.
Like a very
like blue cheese. Like blue cheese, you're like, this is poisoned.
That's
like old German guy balls taste. Yes, that's what I think it is.
Yeah,
it's mostly a ball.
Reminds me of going to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
My Sock Summer, what are you drinking, my friend?
I am drinking tonight a bottle that was given to me as a gift from our buddy Bullsh with extra onions, and it is Ironweed straight malt whiskey.
I like it.
Ooh. He gave me this. It's aged 36 months in oak bottles. It's from Albany, New York. It's the Albany Distilling Company. I don't know. It's batch 42.
What's the octane on that fuel there?
88 or 86%.
Whoa, 86% or 86 proof?
86 proof. I'm sorry. 43%. Yeah. Yep.
I was going to call the ambulance for you.
86%. Yeah, no.
86%. We could light this fire outside.
we could. It's not bad. It's not. It's. I'm getting like my training wheels are off now. I'm still skinning my knee here, left and right. Sometimes, like, oh, I don't know if I like that. I like that, but the training wheels are off. Chorizo, what are you drinking?
So I'm drinking assorted geese tonight because I got a bunch of Goose Island in the house. All of it's nice and fresh and delicious, but I'm just going all over the place. I had a Lost Palate.
Oh yeah, you love Lost Palate.
I got the Next Coast going right now.
Maybe the heater.
Got to start with the heater tonight. I feel like we're gonna get heated, so I wanted to have a heater before we get into stuff.
I like that.
Is that a fresh Next Coast or is that an old ass Next
This Coast? Is brand new, man.
Nice.
So same package as the Lost Palate. They were all friends together. I already drank the other stuff that was in there. So the what's the green one that smells like weed? I'm trying to remember.
Dank.
Yeah, that's my jam. So like
really,
I drank that one first. That was right out the gates. But this is what the other ones that are in there, and I got a couple solos because I'm gonna need to pace myself out in a little bit.
Yeah,
we got Wally Money on the show tonight. We're gonna talk some bullshit. So I mean, like it's gonna we don't even have that many topics tonight.
Nope.
It's gonna take a long time.
It's going to be a long one.
I agree. Like when we put the agenda together, I'm like, it looks a little thin, but then I thought we're just going to start talking about random shit, and then this thing will be 3 hours. I mean, we have no idea where it's going.
The draft is not going to be short. The draft is not going to be short.
It's not going to be short at all. No.
Beef, I feel like
of thin.
I'm sorry, what?
Speaking of thin?
Thin. Oh, we losing some weight over here? Beef, how you doing, man?
I'm good, baby. I want to talk about our 108 weight loss. You know, I know we got an announcement coming up kind of at the end of our banter here, but before we get into that, I want to talk about our 108 weight loss, how proud I am of us. I know we're not going to get a chance to talk about it very much on the 108 tourney show that's going to be next weekend. That's going to be focused on the tourney, and that's our last day of weigh-ins. But as of today, my Sock Summer is comfortably in the lead. 40 pounds he's lost. He's been a goddamn monster. And as a group, awesome. we're above 80 pounds of loss. We're almost 85 pounds of loss as a group. It's really impressive that we've been able to do this, that we've been able to hang in there and do this despite all of our terrible habits. I'm really impressed. I thought in the beginning that I was going to whoop my Sock Summer's ass. He is now whooping my ass with 1 week to go. And we're doing this by percentage basis. So like I'm 2.5% behind. That's like when Cam Brady was 8 points down in the campaign. I have no chance, right? So
Did Wally show up in your shower?
I put it out there on Twitter. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I have to cut off a member to catch up. And then White Sox Sal tweeted, "Oh, you need a colonic before next week." And he the picture of the guy like they're lubing up the tip of the thing. And I wanted to bring up that I may have brought this out there before. Yeah, 108 weight gain is coming. White Sox Sal. I might have brought this out here before, but I have administered an enema to myself. And I felt it was time to tell you guys about it because I may need to resort to it before next week's weigh-in just so I can give myself a chance to catch up.
Yeah.
Way back when I was like 20, 21 years old, I don't know if you guys know this, I had 2 jobs when I was in college. One of them was like my internship where I was doing accounting stuff. And another job, I worked with all the tradesmen over at IIT. Okay, so I worked with the tower and the research buildings and such. And really, I don't know anything about anything. So the tradesmen would just like pick on me, throw fittings at me and shit and swear at me, make me go pick up lunch and pick up heavy shit, right? You're the kid, you pick up heavy shit. And I remember one time I'm in the alley. They asked me to pick up this heavy ass motor and get it up on a cart, which I do. And it just didn't feel right after I picked it up. And I gave myself a hernia. And so I just lived with the hernia for like 8 months or whatever. And eventually, our dad, Mad Max, he's like, Beef, you got to get this hernia taken care of. You got to get it for surgery or whatever. So I go in, I wait till winter break, my senior year, and go in for surgery during winter break. If I'm living at home, I'm like, fuck it. I'll just chill on the couch, whatever. And so, they give me some pain pills. I'm not much of a drug guy. And I don't know what it was at the time.
I stole very few of those drugs. I stole very few.
Well, I hated them, right?
You think it was Percocet?
I don't know what it was. Norco. I forget what the fuck it was.
Codeine, probably.
It was whatever.
It was Vicodin.
Whatever. Yeah, I was going to say, whatever it was. He probably took more from than I did. Whatever it was, I'm taking them, right, to fight off the pain. And 3 days go by, 5 days go by, 7 days go by. I have not had a movement. I've had no goddamn movement in 7 days. And like, I'm getting a little worried myself, but the pain pills are just really stuffing me up. So my mom calls the doctors, like, what should we do? Well, she's like, he's got to have an enema. So my mom buys the apparatus for me and hands it off, right? And it's like, I've never done this to myself before, but I'm going to have to figure it out. So I read through the instructions, what I got to do. So finally, I'm getting ready for the moment. It's evening. It's like 7 o'clock. Now, you guys, have you ever given yourselves an enema? I'm going to guess no. Okay.
No.
Here's the idea. What you're going to do is you're going to flood your insides with a certain fluid.
Yeah.
And it's going to cause some things to happen, right? So the way I understood it is you don't have a lot of time to react once the fluid's inside of you. So, and then also what you have to do is you have to get the fluid running downhill, sort of, right? Mm-hmm. So I have to get myself in a position where I'm almost like downward facing dog, where my ass is up in the air and my head is lower. And then I've got to stuff myself and then release the fluid and push it all down in there, right?
Face down, ass up. That's the way you put your butt. Yeah. That's what I heard.
Exactly right. So I lube the thing up. I get down there. And now I'm going to be honest with you guys. 21 years old. My butt hymen was completely intact. Okay. I was realizing that I was going to break my ass cherry just by doing this. I'd never gone through the back door, So, And realistically, I must have lubed it correctly, or I got a good ass for it. It slid right in there, no problem. I released the juice into me, right? And you can feel it going inside, right?
This is when his whole ass went away. This is when he lost his ass.
So it went inside, but I knew from reading the instructions, you got to get there. And I'm right next to the toilet. So I get up and I get on the toilet immediately. And thank fucking Christ that I did, man, because whoa, it came flushing out of me. And like the thing is too, you just had hernia surgery. It's in the middle of your body. You're afraid to like push hard, right? I didn't need to. I didn't need to push nothing. That shit literally went flowing out of me.
Yeah.
And so like I wouldn't recommend it unless you're into that kind of thrill. I'm not a water sports guy. You know, some people are. I'm just not. But I'm not going to resort to that this next week just because I don't think I'll be as stopped up as I was for that. But you live and you learn. If you guys ever need to do an enema to yourselves, just reach out. I can coach you through it. I'll get on the phone with you. I'll coach you through it.
Like, I don't feel like I ever have like a problem pooping, you know, like I'm pooping regularly enough. Right. Yeah. So like, I don't feel like I would lose that much weight with that.
Just wait till that trip to the Mars Cheese Castle, man. You
might
need some help.
That shit's overpriced, dude. Mars is definitely not my go-to anymore. I go across the street over to the Woodman's. You get really better deals, and they got just as much cheese. I mean, it's fucking Wisconsin, for Christ's sake. I mean, there's cheese everywhere. Cheese coming out butts. I mean, it's crazy.
My sex summer, what I didn't expect out of this segment was to find out you're too fucking cheap for the Mars Cheese Castle.
I don't like it anymore. I don't. I'm just like, because we never got it. We never got anything that's like real exotic. So it's like, why are we going to the Mars Cheese Castle and paying $3 more? I could buy more beer with that $3. I thought you would appreciate that of all people.
Yeah.
The fucking comments are off the hook right now.
$3 in beer.
See, if you're listening to this on the podcast feed, you're making a huge mistake. You need to be in the comments watching.
The comments were fire while you were talking.
And you know what? He rambled and no one said shit because people like him.
Because it was an engaging story.
Bro, there was a lot of excitement going on.
I mean,
my sex summer. You tell us how you're doing tonight.
I'm doing good. I narrowly avoided a huge disaster just recently because I was packing up all the green 108 shirts, or some of them, because I sent out a bunch already. I was packing up a lot of them, and when I released the extras that we had onto the thing, I forgot that we had people that had pre-ordered 2 shirts. So we had the green and the Bulls. So I was like, I'm like putting stuff in bags today, and then I go, where did I put all the ones that were the pre-order? And then I'm stoned, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's not good. And so I started thinking through it. Only made one mistake. So it's not bad. It's not bad. That's pretty good for selling every fucking shirt we had, and the last 3 luckily were the ones that were double. So
he sent Jeff
really
the Giant a size small tank top. That was the mistake.
Which he'd enjoy anyway. It doesn't matter.
It's funny because I gave away the shirt that was going to be for me. I've given it to the guy. I don't want to tell him because I don't want him to feel bad and be like, oh, you can have it back. Fuck that. You keep it. I got enough 108 shit. Speaking of which, we got nice, crew neck sweatshirts. It's getting to be about that weather time. Make sure you get your ass out there. Now, Terezi, before the show and before your brother showed up, I was like, I wanted to run my banter by you first to make sure that I bring this up because I thought it was glaring and it was something that kind of irked me, and I'm still thinking about it.
Huge
and
omission.
I was like, I need to get this out. And so this last week, Loaf was posting stuff on the Twitters like he normally does. He has this real nice tweet about he posts the pictures that I took of him, in a mullet, and he's like, I'm just remembering that time I shaved a mullet into my head on a dare. And I'm like, I want to retweet this and I want to tell the whole story, not just the one part of the story. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to save this for banter because all our dick fans are like, hey, you ramble too much. So I'm like, I'm going to be nice and concise this week. And I'm going to call out Mr. Loaf for failing to admit in the tweet about how he on a dare got a mullet, got rewarded pretty handsomely with cash money.
$500.
$500 to wear a mullet for one day.
For one night.
One night. I did get. Now I drove the price up, right? Because there was someone up there, and our friend, the Slump Buster's like, beef, $200. You go up there and get them. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. And I knew right then I would have do it for $200, 100%. The only thing I needed to do was clear it with Mrs. Beef because her parents were in town and we were going to dinner the next night. So I needed to figure out what, if I'm going to look ridiculous, I got to make sure. And so I went to the concourse and called her and I said, hey, something's brewing here. You okay with me doing this? She's like, yeah, go ahead. I don't care. And so I go back down. I'm pushing him a little bit. I'm like 300 or whatever, So he's like, he's getting drunker and drunker. And finally he's like $500. I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. And I remember us all running up to the concourse, like, let's get the next barber chair or whatever. And they're cutting it down and stuff. And the lady's real nice and we're just talking and everything. And she goes, do you want lines in the side of your head? And he's standing right there. He goes, oh, we want lines. Yeah, put the lines in
the question was asked, and like 100 Hawk Harrelsons just yelled, yes. Next thing you know, she's putting like the precision of this haircut is just horrible.
Yes.
And so like if this was a tattoo artist, you'd have to cut off the limb that you got this tattoo on. The fucking lines were almost an X. She put 2 lines on there. It was almost an isosceles triangle on his head. Like it was just fucking terrible. And like I just remember like going like, woof. Hey, you gotta, I don't know what you're gonna do with that, even though you get to get rid of the mullet. Like that, where does that go?
And it didn't go anywhere because he had a fresh haircut on Sunday, but it had like the lines still there. Like it just
couldn't get rid of the lines. And I went to work and I had that short haircut and I'm in my boss's office and I haven't worked for my boss that long at this point. I'm still working for the exact same boss. And we're talking about something. And I turned my head slightly and he's like, what the fuck is that? And so then I explained the story. He goes, hang on, turn to the side again. He takes a picture and then he fucking emails it to like half of our group. He's like, oh, look, and even guys on the other side of the business, man, like some big shooters. He's like, oh, look at Beefloaf, look at his hair. Like damn it.
This was pre 108 stuff too. We weren't even doing
we were not doing 108 stuff yet. No, this was just us acting like idiots. Well, me mostly acting like idiots. It was you. Yeah.
It was you were acting opportunistic.
I feel like this was one of the precursors to the 108 where we're like, man, shouldn't we tell people about this?
These stories should be out there, right?
I just thought, like they always like the guys that wear like the Marine uniform and they're like stolen valor. I was like, you're trying to get way too much credit. Like you just got dared.
Like he was,
it's like, oh yeah, you know what? I went bungee jumping because that motherfucker dared me.
Beef is so wild, he'll just get a mullet cut in his head.
Yeah,
no, it's not my attempt.
If someone asks,
context like that, you were rewarded for doing.
If I put the $500, then it's like, well, how, why, whatever, and I'm like, I don't want to tweet all that bullshit. I'm glad it worked out the way it did, and you brought it up here so I could tell the story because I have no problem telling that story. I just don't want to tweet that whole fucking.
Honestly, you know what though? I appreciate that because if I would have woke up in the morning and saw Beefloaf's mullet a thread, I would have just thrown my phone out the window.
How are you doing, Cherizi?
I'm doing fucking great, man. I'm having a good day, having some good beers with some friends. We got Wally money coming up really shortly, but I think first I think we got to give it to Beef to give us an announcement here because it's almost time for the 108 tourney. Saturday we're gonna be announcing the number 1 seeds. Beef, what do you got for us tonight, man?
Baby, I'm so excited to announce that for the 108 Tourney Reveal Show, which is going to be next Thursday, 8 p.m. right here on YouTube, youtube.com/FromThe108. We've got, and it's sponsored by Goose Island and Wings and Rings. We got our special guest host, and that person is going to be at Drunk Shy Sox Fan, a.k.a. Steve-O from the Sons of Anarchy. Steve-O! He is going to be the co-host of the 108 Tourney Reveal Show. Happy to have him.
I love it.
I love it.
We got to have a guy. We got to have a guy that knows the entire field. A guy that spends as much time on Twitter as Beefloaf.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like, I know that Steve is not only when he gets home from work, getting on Twitter and being fun on Twitter and all those things. He's doing it while he's supposed to be teaching children. And that's what I really respect about him. He says, fuck the youth of the nation. I'm going to tweet instead.
Fuck them kids.
I'm going to read about Beefloaf's mullet instead.
Yes.
Yeah, Steve better come correct. He better come with his goddamn A game. It was a tough selection process. We went back and forth. We had 4 or 5 candidates that we eventually whittled down. and made
3 of them
final
said
decision?
no, and then we took our 4th.
No one said-
I'm kidding.
no one
That's
said no.
not
No one
true
said
at all,
no.
Steve-o.
All right. He's not unprotected socks of this segment, okay?
Yeah.
He was my
No,
first
yeah.
choice, all right? My first choice is not unprotected
was
sock situation.
That 100% was our third choice with socks unprotected. Yep.
All right, my sock summer. It's time
Let's
to pay
do
some
it.
bills, baby.
Guys, I'm declaring March month of the Mazda. And what is the best Mazda for the spring? Why, the Mazda MX-5 Miata. What is a Mazda Miata? Well, if you don't know, besides his feet, it's Mailman Jack's preferred mode of transportation. Every MX-5 Miata is engineered with Mazda's human-centric development philosophy to help instill the joy of driving. Mazda runs countless of studies, human characteristics, and behaviors to design a vehicle that works harmoniously with you. As a result, the MX-5 feels like an extension of your body with much more precise steering, better control, and less fatigue. Every Mazda is engineered with the driver in mind, and nowhere is that clearer than in the MX-5 Miata. When working to achieve its near-perfect 50-50 weight distribution, Mazda made a point to take our measurements with the driver behind the wheel. The MX-5 Miata's storied handling doesn't start with a spec sheet, it starts with you. To learn more about the Miata, check out their website at MazdaOverlandPark.com. You can also check out their awesome line of cars and sports utility vehicles. Follow the rainbow all the way to Mazda of Overland Park and take advantage of their $500 off for Sox fans. Give them a follow over at Zoom Zoom Nation for deals and steals. Mazda of Overland Park, home of the Zoom Zoom Nation. 8910 West 159th Street, Overland Park. 708-444-3200. Zoom Zoom, baby.
So there's words that I have people say when I want to find out how drunk they are. For my wife, it's brewery.
Yeah.
Because brewery is a hard word to say and not sound drunk already.
Uh-huh.
Harmoniously is
harmoniously, yes.
That's I'm gonna, on Saturday when we're hanging out, my sock summer, I'm gonna ask you to say harmoniously.
What time we doing that? Oh,
don't matter. Because more important shit is going down right now. We've got a special guest tonight. He is a bobblehead loving connoisseur of bathroom beers and Bacardi. That is an OG of the 108, none other than my guy, Wally Money. Wally, welcome.
Yes.
Welcome. Hey, what's going on, guys? Love the you got all different flavors of my bouffant there on that picture there.
Flavors. Flavors.
Wally, he's making the image and he sends it to us. I'm like, it doesn't even look like the same motherfucker in each picture. It's a different dude, right?
It's like three guys. It's like three guys.
If you ever got to go into witness protection, you're hooked up, baby.
The guy on the far side is in witness protection.
He's hiding out.
The one on the left looked like either a cross between Bob or you got a picture of me in a toilet. You know.
So
Bob from Obama.
I was gonna say that this podcast is not your first and it's not your last.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if it's your last.
Terrible.
We'll see how things go in the draft.
Now, Chorizo, before we push forward, we should just do a quick how Wally came into the 108, how he came into the family. And I was just going to do it very briefly, very quick, because we have a lot of new followers, a lot of new listeners, definitely a lot of new people that give us shit on YouTube. So let's just break it down real quick.
Let's do it.
I became friends with a guy that is not really on Twitter anymore. His name's Uncle Rico. He lives out in Arizona now. He is a bobblehead guy. We are bobblehead guys. We decided, hey, we keep spending $100 on the Sox Fest bobblehead. Why don't we just pay $100 and go to Sox Fest and get a bobblehead? I'm like, that sounds great. Let's get a room. So we get a room. And the third guy in the room, well, I'm not staying in the room because, I live here. And so we got the third guy that's in the room. It just happens to be Mr. Walter, who's had his seats. We're right next to our guy, Uncle Rico. Uncle Rico, is like, you're going to love this guy. You're going to go in. So we go in and meet this guy. The first time I meet him, I walk into the room. It smells like a fucking hallway in a junior high because the cologne is just incense. It's everywhere. And I'm like, this is insane. I go, dude, what are you getting signed? He's like, oh, for who? And I go, oh, just, so-and-so. And he pulls out a jersey. I go, how many fucking jerseys do you have? He starts laying them down. And there's a famous 108 picture where there's 27 jerseys on a queen size bed. These are all Wally's. He has them there just in case he sees the guy. He's got to get that fucking shit signed. So this is how Wally comes into the fold of the 108. This is the first introduction. that weekend. He gets so drunk Saturday night, so hammered Saturday night, could not do anything on Sunday. And I know, like, if people are saying NASCAR is a sport, going to the fucking Sox Fest back in those days was a sport too, because you got to get there 3 hours before the goddamn guy's even signing to get a stupid wristband. It's just, it's insanity. So Wally's over in a corner, like, I have a picture somewhere where he's just like this because he'd been drinking for too long and he couldn't do anything. He was sick. He's throwing up. It was just like
I woke up on the bathroom floor that morning.
Yes. So that was our
baby.
That was our first introduction to Wally. That was my first introduction to Wally Money. And then we're like started bringing him into the fold. It's like, hey, you got to meet Loaf, meet Teresi, and it's just like, you know, Wally's a good talker. He's a good talking guy. It totally makes up for the fact that he's a totally despicable person and not fun to be around. Very entertaining.
You know what? Because number one, he's got the story wrong. The first time when I met you is when you overpriced and sold me that Frank Thomas stadium giveaway Hall of Fame plaque.
It's possible.
So no. And then you sit there.
How much was it?
I think it was like $20-$30 or something like that.
Oh,
well, I got you down or whatever, and then I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "You got change for 100?" You're like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" So I got the smallest bill I got in my pocket. So I had to go buy a pop to get your fucking change.
He fucking rocked you.
So the first time I met him, he's peddling his shit and fucking overcharges me. That's the true story. Then he's like, you know what? All right, you can come to Sox Fest with us.
I got you for more later.
You got me a couple of times.
Well, he scammed you once. He thought I'll scam him again at Sox Fest. That's how he do, man.
How many of those jerseys he steal from you?
I also sold this motherfucker Chance the Rapper hats for.
He did. He hooked me up with that. From my kids.
And them fuckers, after he won a Grammy, went for $200 a pop.
And actually, on all those jerseys, I think
seller's remorse, asshole, huh?
I had about 20 or 21, I think, or something like that of those, and they were all game used jerseys. On top of that, and then My Sox Summer takes a picture of it, puts it online, and then somebody was like, "Who the hell has that many game used jerseys?" And then it was Big Head Tom, our guy Tom, was like, "Fucking Wally Money." You're like that's he's the one who named me. He's like, motherfucker. So that's how I got the name too on top of it. So I got that all from that Sox Fest weekend.
And you've hated the moniker Wally Money ever since we gave it to you. You know, you don't say, I'm Wally Money, motherfucker. You never say that.
No, I haven't.
Wally, quick question to you.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
What are you drinking?
Went vintage.
Of course.
I went with the small bottle tonight. You know, I know we got. You
got a bib on that?
I got the small cup. I couldn't bring my growler cup that I usually drink out of, so I got just a tumbler Yeti, so that way I don't have to get ice all the time. That
small bottle, does that fit in My Sox Summer's prison wallet? Can you get that? Can you sneak that in somewhere?
Up to about right here. But now that he's lost weight, he's got all that extra room in his jeans.
Maybe
he'd have no problem getting it.
Yeah, we have
halfway up his culo
and speaking of that, since I was listening to the first banter there, Beef, since now you are the expert on the enemas, do you use like that old grandma like douchebag? Would you give yourself an
that's
enema
what
now?
that's what it was. Yeah.
That's what it was. I thought you had like a little fleece or something.
And then like you squeeze it. I mean, like I'm like a medical doctor handing
an
IV bag, except I hung it up my ass.
I like Teresi's like, all right, enough animal time.
Enough animal time.
Talked about my brother's ass for enough time tonight. It's like, cat.
Jerks. It's all at my expense. That actually happened to me, you jerks.
My God. All right. I figure we should probably do just a little bit of baseball talk.
Oh, yes. I like it.
That's fabulous graphic.
Guys,
yeah,
if you're like us, you're probably sitting there going, fuck Rob Manfred, because that's what we're pretty much saying at this point. But
no, I honestly want to thank him. I'm the positive one of the group.
Oh shit.
Let's go off the cuff. The cuff, Walter.
So,
all right,
all of a sudden, him and as well as MLB saved me money for my season tickets for 2023. They automatically lowered my price. I get a discount on my tickets next year. as long as they don't do what they did during COVID when they kept my money and then said they gave me a 5% bonus and then raised it up 10%.
You think they're not going to do that? You think they're going to like win the negotiations and pass the savings on to Wally?
I thought you were going to go with you save money because you get refunded the most expensive ticket of the year, which is opening day. And then they're not going to charge us an opening day price later. They can't say, oh, by the way,
now this is a different price, so we already bought it.
Yeah,
right?
They can't do that. Like, I mean, okay, I take that back. They could do that, but I don't think they will do.
I don't think they will.
It's not even that. Let's be honest. The ticket price is what, 10% of what we spend at that park.
Well, yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
so
right.
I mean, that's the least of my
dropping
worries.
the bucket.
You know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're saving me. You know, even when I get my cold pops. You know, like I get like 8 or 9 of them
for you particularly, but in general, yes.
Yeah. No. I last year I think I drank more beer and
you drank a lot.
More. Yeah.
That's why you got into them 2XLs. You know,
it is.
Shots fired already. God damn.
I mean, this motherfucker talks shit all the time. I mean, what?
No,
when he comes out, next to him or what? Shit.
Listen, you two, me, Wally from the hood, dude. This is how we talk.
Yeah, Sterling and Naperville, fucking hood, baby.
Hey, we made it. Naperville made it to national news with all them crazy moms. You know, with the mask mandate and all that.
Karens?
Shit over there.
Shit.
Oh yeah, it
was tearing down walls.
Crazy out there, man. Shit.
Karen's tearing down walls. Well, speaking of tearing down walls, I mean, seriously, I went onto the Facebook. I tweeted about it. Somebody told me to shut my mouth and worry about the people in the Ukraine. I told that bitch to stop worrying about fish. And it was a quick little fire back and forth. But I went on Facebook and I see a guy from the town next to mine. Actually, he might be in Sterling now. I don't know. He's complaining about how the billionaire owners are fighting against the entitled players. And this was the part that I lost it, because you can call the players a lot. You could call them the opportunistic, as we used earlier. Like, they want to get as much money as they possibly can, right? They also know that their time is very short and limited within the MLB. So they're scraping, trying to get everything together. And he's like, fucking these guys are entitled. And it's like, I go, first off, they're not. And they don't make $1 million a year. You know, that was another thing. He's like, I don't know, these guys are making $1 million a year, and they can't live on it.
That's in fact what they're arguing.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I go, no. I go, most people make the league minimum. Here's the league minimum.
Yeah.
I go, and they're trying to, like, you know, do this. If you do 3 years of a league minimum, $550, you'll set yourself up for life. And I was like,
whoa, no.
I don't think so.
No, you will not.
Are you shitting me?
And I have to.
How long does he think life is?
Well, that's the thing.
If you die in year 4, then you'll be good.
Like, when Jesus was alive, that would set you up for life because you live till you're 34.
And so, but he's just one of the people. And Chorizo, I have a graphic. You want to throw that little graphic up? First one. This is my guy, Mr. Skeeter. Okay, he's on the Twitter. Somebody sent me this. Oddly using a Pearl Jam album cover as his profile picture. The one in the middle is the meaty one. The top one, let's start with that one. Also, baseball has some of the most ridiculous contracts for average players. No one in the press wants to say anything bad about the players because they want to get interviews and get players on their show. Now, Chorizo, come back to me, please.
Well, can I say something about that real quick?
Yeah, well, no, I want to say something about it too. We can discuss it. We don't have to look at it. They can look at our faces while we get angry. Yes.
Well, I love
Go
to
ahead.
see it.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, when you say average contract, it's kind of a loaded thing there, right? Like, are you talking about the actual average player? Because the average player doesn't make shit.
Right.
You know, and then if you're talking about the average contract of the major leagues, that's kind of a weird thing to say because the average is going to be skewed by guys that make like $40 million.
Right.
So you could go with the median contract, but then you're going low again, right? Like, so that doesn't prove his point. And so I don't get what he means by average, but like the average players in the league. Now we'll say this, then this is not for debate. This is an actual fact. 60% of the league, and probably a little bit more than that, is pre-arb, meaning they're making like $600,000.
I thought I heard on the radio. I think it was like 71%. Like it shocked me that that number was. Is that
I think the last number that I saw quoted was from, I want to say 2019 or 2020, which was 63.2%. So it could be larger now.
Higher. Yeah, I was saying it might be higher now.
Player salaries have gone down. I was listening to Barstool Chicago's podcast this morning during the morning walk, and player salaries have gone down over the years as profits have gone up. Ian Happ did a great job on that show. And so whatever you think about Barstool, feel free, but like check out that, because Ian Happ is very well spoken and he kind of breaks down like the whole thing for you. Now, the biggest problem I had with that quote, Chirizi, is the first thing, the thing that I think you can throw the quote away immediately. He says, people are only being nice to the players because they want to have them on their show. Do you know who allows the players to go on the show? The organization.
Right.
So that's maybe, like there's no reason people aren't sticking up for the players to get them on their show, because they can't do shit unless the Sox say, "Oh yeah, you can go on that. That's fine." Like that's just not how it works.
Not right now during the lockout though, right? They could talk to you if they want to.
No. Even then, it's
really they're still have rights over what they can and can't say and what they can and who they can't talk to.
I think they could go. I think in
they
general,
allow it to happen sometimes, but the reason
without repercussions.
The reason we have Rick Giolito on instead of Lucas Giolito is because we want someone who's going to be able to say whatever they want to say.
Yeah, we don't need an okay. Exactly.
Yeah.
just from the guest.
Yeah. So, and the less the Sox know about our podcast, probably the better. Just like it says, the fun guys that spend
you recorded
a lot of money
one in a suite.
We were on our best behavior that night, though, Wally.
Rick loves us. Even when we MF'd them, he still loves us.
So, can you bring up the graphic again? This is fun. I like doing this. This is just fun telling you to do this. All right. The middle one. Let's just go to the middle one, because the lower one is kind of stupid. Without the billionaires, we wouldn't even have baseball, and that's not true. So we don't even really we can discuss that in a minute. But the middle one, what, are baseball players starving? My owner of my company make a lot more than to a dude that started a business from the ground up and busted his ass. Players are at fault as well. Unions used to me someone. I think what he meant to say is unions used to mean something.
I know. I like used to me someone.
Used to me someone. Now, I brought this up in one of our group chats, and Loaf called me on it, and it was good. He did a very good job on this. I said to him, I go, well, some of the owners have earned the right to kind of like be a little bit of a stuck up, right? And he's like, the fuck they have. These people bought these things as investments, most of them right now, right? So you're dealing with a different one. These aren't the Bill Veeck of the world.
That's right.
Like invested the money they had just in the hopes that it's going to turn a profit.
Yeah,
no. It's a two-pronged argument here with the modern sports owner majority. There maybe are a few exceptions. Number one, they were not part of the creation of the league, meaning they did not put their blood, sweat, and tears in this shit.
Right.
Bring this up, develop it, figure out how to make a game. You ever watch A League of Their Own? That guy who created the all-women's league, if that guy got a lot of spoils, great, because he fucking built that goddamn thing, and someone had to figure out how to do it, right? These owners are not. They're like trustees, trust fund babies, inheritances, okay? Number one.
Would you call them like the Jackie Moons of
no,
MLB?
Even worse.
Jackie Moon is the guy we would want.
Right.
Moon is the guy
he kind of fell into the profit share.
He made money, but then
right?
he was trying to build up a league that wasn't worth the shit, right?
And if he put all of his own money into it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're on the ground floor and you're pushing up, so that's one thing. But fine, you could buy into a team at some point in the career of a league. But think back, we're in our 40s. We've been watching baseball, let's just say 35 years as a group. Try to think of even one thing that modern owners have done to the game of baseball that's made it better. One rule, anything that they have instilled that has created a better game that they specifically did. The NFL tweaks with their game all the time and makes improvements, and baseball, they ain't done shit. I can't think of a goddamn thing. And we've been watching this shit.
How long has free agency been around?
Since the 70s, and it was not the owners. It was a fight against them. That was
This was like one of the first ones coming to the side.
Correct. So even try to think of one goddamn thing they've done to improve the game for the viewer, the person watching it.
They don't have
fucking thing.
Dollar hot dogs and dollar beer.
They don't have dollar dogs in every stadium. If they did, I think they would. You would have your one thing. Yeah.
Dollar beer ended with disco demolition.
I mean, even looking in the chat, almost no one can think of a goddamn thing. And that's like this, 50 people in the chat here that have no idea either.
Roofs.
You know why? It's tough. There's not much there. And so that's why you never feel sorry for the owners. They're not doing anything but rent seeking. They're collecting rents. That's it. You know what? I'll be honest with you. And then people are like, well, you need these billionaire owners. Fuck that.
No.
CalPERS could own this shit. Illinois teachers could own these teams. Fucking BlackRock. Any no-name group with a lot of money could own these teams.
Well,
and it would be no different.
They would have to disclose how much they're making. And was Atlanta's the only team that does?
That's what happened.
That's what they want to do.
Why. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. That's the reason why. Yep.
Yeah. Well, they don't want, you can't be telling people that you're losing money and then show them the books and you're like, this is kidding. Psych. No, actually making tons of money.
They're losing the money. They're not making the budgeted money they want. They're projected, NOI. They're not getting. It's. We were budgeted to make 200 million. We made 150. We lost money on biblical.
Yeah, we lost 50 million. Motherfucker.
That's brutal.
The lights are still fucking on. I've never been to a game where the lights went off because they didn't pay the bill. Like there was an error once and shit.
No, you're totally right. I mean, that's like MLB wants a little credibility. Fuck it, man. Let some teams go broke. Let some teams go fucking bankrupt. And then we'll be like, oh, shit, these are real businesses. But they ain't, man. They
charge you $5 to use the bathroom, because you get the water.
Exactly, Let's see, one bank of lights down the line is out, but we're going to play the game anyway. We ain't got money to put it up.
The Rays will be the Spirit Airlines of the MLB. It's like, you want to sit in that seat? Oh, it's going to be another $5.
Yeah, I remember I think I was on Spirit Airlines once, and they're like, you know what? Use as much hand sanitizer as you want in the bathroom. That's the only thing here that's free. I go, pretty soon we might charge for using the bathroom. And I was like, oh, shit. I don't know if we'll be flying this airlines again. This was a while ago, but I thought it was pretty funny. I laughed at the guy. I was like, all right. I'm like, can I get a drink? He's like, yeah, we don't do drinks no more.
No.
I'm like.
Beef, you talk about the owners going bankrupt, right? And it reminds me of something that I keep hearing, like whenever these arguments get going about like who's right, who's wrong.
Yep.
I keep hearing about the small market team, the poor small market team.
Yep.
And I'm starting to think that that's total bullshit. And I'm going to give you an example. The Milwaukee Brewers have the smallest actual market.
Yes. Yep. They sure do.
In Major League Baseball. And they outspend a ton of fucking teams.
They sure do.
Not only that, Milwaukee is in a situation where their metropolitan area overlaps with one of the biggest markets that has two fucking teams.
Yep.
So,
and they do draw, Wally. You're right. You know why? They put money in the team, and the team's good, and
they put money in
great stadium.
The team.
Yeah,
they
price and food and drinks, and
they have a great stadium. They go out and sign players for big contracts. Christian Yelich makes a lot of fucking money.
Yep.
A lot of
giveaways.
A lot of giveheads. A lot of bobbleheads.
They do a lot of giveaways. They do.
Everybody gets one.
Good job. And so when I look at this shit and I see the Miami Marlins out there who have a big market, or Tampa who has a much bigger market than Milwaukee, going, we are small market teams, we can't spend money. That's not a fucking market problem. That's a marketing
Tampa's
problem.
In the fucking playoffs, and you can still get goddamn tickets.
If you can't get people to come to your games, that's a fucking. Let's use a line from Boogie Nights. That's a YP. That's not an MP.
That's
all right?
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
your fault. Yeah. If you're a good business owner, you get people's ass in the stadium. That ain't everybody else's fault.
You're not advertising or selling your product. Yeah.
They don't want a free market, nothing.
St. Louis has a small ass market. And again, they overlap with Kansas City. They overlap with Illinois and with the Cubs. So they have a very small market. They outspend a ton of fucking teams.
Yeah.
And you know what's interesting about St. Louis? I heard this last night. I had never heard this, and it could be inaccurate because I was drinking with someone and they told me this. But since 2000, St. Louis has had one fucking losing season.
Yeah, no, I think that's true.
Because they spend, because they invest in that team. and they bring good players to that team. They trade for good players. They do what you're supposed to do to build a team. And yeah, I don't like St. Louis fans. I think they're fucking nuts. And I think that they, but they're there. They go to the games. St. Louis, the franchise has engaged that group and is getting those people to go to the games. And so, but despite them being a small market team, they're somehow a big market team, right? It's all about how much you're willing to fucking spend on your team. And you know what? Boo fucking who, man. If you can't afford to be an owner in Major League Baseball, just like if you can't afford to tip a bartender, don't fucking come out.
Yes.
Don't go to the bar if you can't tip a bartender. Right. Don't own a fucking baseball team if you can't afford it.
Or have your
I'm not going to feel sorry
you.
for a billionaire that says I'm pulling my pockets out like the fucking Monopoly guy here. Fuck you. Go sell your team to Mark Cuban and then walk away.
I feel like the guy the original guy I was talking about, he hated everybody. Everyone was an asshole. Fuck everybody. But but fuck the guys that are actually creating the moments and giving us the joy the most. Like they don't deserve an extra little sliver of pie.
Well, and every baseball team's got to be worth what?
$1 to $2 billion.
700. Yeah, I say over $1 billion easily.
Yeah, easily.
And now, so I don't know if we want to move to the next thing that I want to yell about for 5 minutes, but
go for it.
The next thing I want to get really upset about, and I'm going to give Ken W.O. a lot of credit here because he said it, and I don't see a lot of people saying it. When we come out of this, folks, what you're saying now, you need to stick to. So if you're like, I'm done with fucking baseball, I'm not coming back, I'm not buying season tickets, I'm not doing that, you fucking do it. Okay, don't sit here and grandstand like saying, "Oh, I did this on a dare, but actually I got $500."
You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch!
And you stick to your thing. Father Zoe had a tweet. He said his dad said, "I'm done with baseball." He's like, it took him forever to come back after '94. He said he's done now. That's what I respect about the olds. The olds stuck to their fucking guns because they took to the streets and raised their signs and did all that shit. But they also got in their values and said, "You know what? I'm not allowing this guy to fuck me over one more time." So if you're fucking butthurt right now, which is fine, you can be that way. Go ahead and be upset. But once you enter into that territory, I'm never going to support this team again. And then you tell me this, but you can't remember why you were outraged 6 months ago about the team, what they did. I'm going to call you a bullshit fucking liar, and I'm going to call you something that's about whether and it's fair or it's not, because that's what you're doing. So I don't care. Ken said it. Ken said, like, listen, I hate this. This is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. But he said, and yes, I will be back as soon as they are playing baseball again. Like, yes, I appreciate that, Ken.
Someone's like, you're going to go right back and watch it immediately. He goes, yes, of course I am.
Yes. He's like, I'm going to be right there because I love this fucking game. And it's okay to feel both ways. Say it's bullshit, say it's whatever, but just don't take it to that next level and say, I'm never supporting this again. And if you do, stick to it, because then you will inspire some more change, right? Like when you're sitting at home watching some weird sport that somebody showed me in a GIF form last night. It's like England, it's like netball. It's not even basketball. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I don't want any hate on netball.
I mean, it's ridiculous. That's so goofy.
No. Our guy Shane Harmon is in charge of netball, and we
is he really
it on this podcast. We are netball supporters.
Is he really in charge of that though?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So Anti-My Sox Summer, pro
netball. We are netball supporters. We are a netball podcast.
Pro enema and pro getting $500 for a mullet.
I 100% need to do some more investigation. Shane, I am sorry. I'm sorry to the people of New Zealand who are our biggest listening people. I know that because we're #1 in New Zealand for White Sox podcast. Yep. I apologize. But like literally, folks, it's okay to be mad, and it's okay to not want to do something. But if you're gonna say you're not gonna do it, then fucking don't do it. Stick to it. And if you're definitely
he's sticking to it. You see,
and if you're sitting in the 108.
Yeah.
If you're sitting in the 108, and you say you're not going to do it, let me know, because I'm going to need 2 for whatever the opening day is, because I forgot to get my dad and cousin a ticket. So if you give up, please stick to your
We don't know what that date's going to be yet, though.
No, but I'm just saying when it happens. My Sox Summer supports you in your decision. Let me give them tickets. I'm not even going to cheat you out of money. I'll give you extra money. I just need them. Okay. All right. Yeah. What do you guys think about that shit? So, I don't like seeing that.
So let me throw something at you guys, because I was having some drinks yesterday, which is why I weighed in so poorly.
You're fine, baby. You're
And
fine.
I'm talking to my buddy.
Your BMI is lower than mine and my Sox Summer, so don't worry about it. You're fine.
And Beef, I'm talking to a guy we've played fantasy baseball with. He's great. He's a Reds fan, really good baseball mind. Guy I love talking baseball with. And we're talking about the CBA. And of course, it's getting heated because we're going back and forth. But like, you know, we started talking a little bit more, and like, let me throw this idea at you guys and see if you were the players or if you were the owners, would you accept this deal? Because I thought it was a pretty good compromise. So we pushed the league minimum up to 725 from the 700 that's being offered and closer to the 775 that's wanted.
Yep.
You put this bonus pool, the bonus pool that they want.
Yep.
They're at 80 and 30 right now.
Yep.
You put that at 60, right? Because if you look at that across the league, that's not a lot of money because that's not per team. That's total,
all in for
right?
the whole pile. Yes, that's correct.
So that's not that much altogether to raise up for the pre-arb guys. And then for the CBT, you take it at what it is from last year, and then moving forward, you put it at a condition, right? So let's use the rate of inflation, right?
Yeah.
But with a cap, right? Like, so it can't go past like 7.5% in case we go like Zimbabwe and like the fucking dollar just goes to shit. Like,
you mean the ruble?
And it just, I mean,
well, that's going the other way.
That happened right now. Yeah. But like, but so let's say that, you know, like you put it at like 7.5% max, but like it's usually probably going to go up 5%, and you just work it that way. Do you think that kind of thing would be enough middle ground for both to say, yeah, that makes sense? Or do you think the players are like, we got to get all of it, and the owners are like, we got to bust this union? Are we in like a no man's land of like, we're just not going to get it? Or is something like that, which seems to me to be kind of a middle ground and fair, would work?
I don't know if that'll work. Honestly, my heart's telling me that the owners are really trying to get rid of the unions. They're trying to take away all the rights. And number one, especially these small market teams, from what I'm saying, they don't want to have a minimum where they have to pony up a certain dollar amount. They just want to take their guaranteed money, get their profits, and then say, you know what, fuck it. You know, if anything, MLB needs to step in and just take these teams away from them. You know, there's no different, these players, than any of us in our jobs. We all want to make as much as possible. You know, the difference is we have a whole lifetime that we can work and make your career and do whatever we have. These guys have a short window, 10, 15, baseball, maybe even 20 years. You can make some money. Yeah. You're right. For this last your lifetime. If everybody can do it, all of us would fucking be there trying to do it, man. I mean, come on, let's be honest. You know, like
we ain't got the talent.
There's an elite fight, and I don't fuck them, pay them. You know, like I just don't get. There's too much money on a damn table to be lost. Like, I do not understand why they cannot come together. I mean, shit, they're all damn near going to get sports books in the fucking, you know, at the place. They're making kickbacks on top of that shit. How are you going to bet on teams or games that nobody's fucking there to play?
Right. Dude, Wally, you know, you bring up a good point about like, you know, how long can you actually have a career, and like, and what a short window of time that they have to make money. You know, let's think about someone that's on the Sox and might be they're not a starter, but a backup on the Sox this year, which is Seby Zavala. Now, Seby Zavala is 28 years old, right?
Any options left?
I think he does actually have an option left.
I think he's got one, yeah.
But,
he's got one.
But at the same time, Seby Zavala is 28, has been in professional baseball, not in the major leagues, for like 7 years now. And he's made like $200 and something thousand.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I'm wrong. He's out of options, Wally. You're right.
Okay. So it's this or nothing, really. This could be the end of his career. If the Sox go out and get a catcher, this might be it for him.
And so
that's 7 years. And a guy that people were like, this guy's good, and he's got he's good defensive catcher and like he should be on the team, all these things.
Right.
Everyone who's said, I want Sebi Zavala to be on the team, this guy made $30,000 a year. You probably know a lot of people that make more than what Sebi Zavala has made.
I honestly don't know
career.
anybody making $30,000 a year, to be honest with you. And this is my point. Unless, I mean, shit, even if you're making $15 an hour, that's damn near $30,000, if not more than that a year. You know,
Right.
That is.
You get overtime
That's
and
actually
shit.
30,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like so I'm saying, like this is not that much money. And to my Sock Summers degree, getting that argument with the guy, you know, or Twitter war or whatever, you know, that's not setting you up for your fucking lifetime. Like 200 grand or 220. I mean, shit. How the fuck? That's
Everyone drinks.
Nothing.
you know. I mean, seriously. Man, that's that.
No, that's
I'm not trying to say that. You know, I'm not going to go
He's
there.
befuddled.
that's a good point, Wally.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yes,
It
I mean,
is.
idiotic. And I remember I was listening to because I go to bed every night and listen to the score. They were talking about what shocked me because at the hockey, the NHL's got what, the lowest like salary cap or whatever or something like that of all the teams.
Yep.
But on average, the players make more than the baseball players. Like
sure
I was
do,
shocked hearing that shit. I'm like, how
And the
the
league
fuck?
minimum's higher. The league minimum's higher, much
I mean,
higher.
how the fuck does that happen with a less? I mean, granted, there's more players, you know, obviously, but you know, in baseball, but still, it's like, how the fuck can this? They play the most games of any other sport. Come on, man! Like this is some bullshit. You know,
it's wild that like so much of the good pool of players, like the guys that you depend on to win games, are these guys that are making the minimum salary.
Right.
A lot of them, yeah.
Like that's the wild
last
part.
year, was it for the first month and a half? Look what Mercedes did for us.
Yeah,
Right.
right. Exactly.
And Mercedes is a guy who's played 11 years in foreign and minor leagues. Yeah. And this was like the first touch of the majors that he got. And he made like, I don't know, he made like 200. No, I don't even think
it's like a half year. Basically,
it was
like a
like
half year.
200 and something.
The team
thousand.
comes out with a special Terminator shirt
and that's
for him.
that's over 11 years. And my Sock Summer, you know, part of that's going to people that gave him loans.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
So
he sold 10% of his career earnings.
Yes.
Yep.
Right. So like, I mean, like
and then the agent's taking another 10%.
There's not a lot of money. There's not a lot of money for guys like this.
That's why Mercedes, when he was bombing and hitting all that shit, he was selling everything. You could get Yerman Mercedes balls, like fucking signed bats. Like he's like, I'm fucking doing this now because it's hot. Because like no one wants that shit now.
No.
But like he like at that time, like he was cashing in because he knew. I mean, I think he had to have known. You know, and like that poor guy, he can't even get a goddamn fucking frame to put his
Well, and
didn't have a jersey.
And to piggyback on that, I was with Aloha Mr. Hand getting some autographs. I was getting Canercos and stuff over at one of the autograph conventions over there at Rosemont, and some guy had game used batting gloves of Mercedes, and he had it all framed up nice and stuff, and he was like trying to I'll sell it to you for $500. I'm like, he had like a jersey too, and it was autographed. I'm like, it's a knockoff jersey from China. Like you got
custom, Wally. They're called custom.
Knockoff. And sitting there, he's like, $500 for you. I'm like, get the fuck out! He's not even in the league right now.
In Philadelphia, it's worth $50. That's what
exactly.
Tracy, to circle back to your original question. The answer is yes, if it were on February 15th. But they dicked around so goddamn much and tried every different tactic on the players, like all the dirtiest shit they could try on them. Now, if you're the players, you're like, you know what? Fuck them. They got to pay a little tax for being assholes, and we're going to wait this out. I mean, like any one of us, any person out there would feel the same way. It's like, you try to play tricky with me. Now you got to pay more. You owe me more. They could have come in straight.
Now you got to decide on how many games there are this season.
That's right.
There's one more wrinkle.
Yeah, that's right. No, and they had they come in straight, they could have gotten a deal done, and they would have been robbing the players blind. And the players would have been like, yeah, that's pretty good. We got caught up on all this stuff. But they would have gotten nothing fundamentally done. They would have gotten, some rake back on minimum wage. And so the CBT goes up, and 3 teams ever cross it, actually. You know, like a little shit that they would have gotten. Great. It's good for them. And get the pre-R players paid. But I think the owners fucked up a little bit here. I think they kind of fucked up, and they're going to end up paying more than they should. They're going to lose more games than they want to. Like there's this thesis out there that the owners don't want to play these games and that they want to just give them away. You know, they make money every time these games do get played. So like, I think they're okay.
Advertising for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're okay leveraging a certain amount of games, but I don't think the thesis of, oh, they only want to play minimum amount of games. Like the TV deals, they lose money if they don't play a certain amount.
Right.
They got to play a certain amount to get the full load. Like, I don't think they want to punt all of that shit.
I mean,
You always want the full load.
A union busting tactic, right?
For sure, absolutely.
They're trying to say,
I'm with you on that.
You will lose more money than like the amount of money we lose and the amount of money you lose will hurt you more, which is just more fuel to the fire of how bad the players are getting fucked. Like when you say like, yeah, missing a week of games, that's going to really hurt you guys. And you're going to have to do whatever we say. When the owners obviously don't give a shit if they lose a week of games, if it means that they could bust the players union.
Right.
Right.
If they get that reward.
And I think it was Herb. I think it was the first person that I saw tweet this out. And I support him 100%. He's like, you know what? Now that they've locked them out, now they canceled some games, I hope the players hold out as long as possible till they get what they deserve. And I support it. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. The owners have already showed them their true colors. So you know what? Fuck you, pay me. You know?
Exactly.
Ian Hatt brought up 2 points. One of the points that he brought up was that they could still play and negotiate this. This could still be happening.
Correct. They don't have to be locked up. They can keep playing.
They definitely could have done that if the owners wanted to negotiate in good faith. It would have happened. The players aren't saying no. It's the owners saying, no, we're not doing this. And the second thing he brought up was like, listen, if you own a baseball team, we're on every night. There's limitations in the NFL, the NHL, and all this. Like they have something every night. There's 3 baseball games every night. You can advertise across. It is a beautiful thing to offer up to a sponsor, to a Scott's, whatever. Like we can get you everywhere,
That's so right. You're always on. You're always going to be on every day. Like,
it's the singles fucking movie where you're like, Vince Vaughn is saying and looking at Mike, he's like, you're looking at this bunny and you got these claws. You're going to kill. You're like, how do I kill the bunny? But you got these claws. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's like somebody's, son who's trying to launch a podcast network and can't get 1,000 followers on YouTube, but yet has one of the biggest resources for White Sox fans that people just love. Have him tell 7 stories. You will get 1,000 followers on your YouTube channel after the 7th story. It's God damn it! Like
I hope everyone missed that one. That's a good one though.
I am not a fucking like advertising genius. I am not a marketing expert, but I know how to use what God gave me. So this is why we do what we do. But like when I'm seeing these people not like having the resources and the tools to succeed so greatly and like make so much more money, like and failing to do so, you're just like, it just blows my mind.
My Sox Summer, you brought up a good point of they play every night, right? Like the ad space is there, and one of the things that is being negotiated, and I don't want to steal Beefloaf's line while he's taking a shit, is that I wrote a blog about this, but one of the things that was being negotiated, and I don't know where this landed or if it's going to be in there, but it was the ad patches. And like a few articles that I saw had like a range of like $200 to $225 million this year that the NBA is making off of ad patches on their uniforms. If you've seen them, they're tiny. I mean, they are like tiny little patches on there. And like they're making that much off of that. They play half the games that the Major League Baseball does. And Major League Baseball has much more ad space because they have the jersey, they have the hat, they have the batting helmet. There's a lot of places that you could put an ad patch or a little, like on that batting helmet could be really cool. You could sell pine tar or something from Jose Abreu's helmet. But like,
I'd be interested in that.
There's ways, like there's countless ways for the owners to make $100 million, which is the thing that Rob Manfred was out there smiling and telling everybody about how great the offer was. We offered them up to $100 million across 30 fucking teams. That's nothing. That is like, that is raising beer prices $1. Like the owners could take a shit and make $100 million if they really thought about it.
Hello.
well, if not, fuck them on their profit sharing then for these markets that aren't going to do it. Get rid of that shit. Restructure that shit.
Or restructure. Wally, we brought this up in a chat. Like, take away the public funds. Maybe the public doesn't pay for your stadium anymore. Like, if you want to do this, like, there's ways to like kind of come back at these guys and say, listen, you're like, I'm here for the community. I'm here for this. Well, you've been fucking this community since 2020. Sure. I mean, 2020 necessarily wasn't their fault, not 100%. But then last year, like easing back into it. But now it's a full on. It's right up, and it's just like, come on. Like, you have people that you're just getting back. The Sox making the playoffs finally got the vendors back. Like, people were like, okay, I can go make some money now. I'm going to get this. And you're going to start off like this? Come on. It's not just the Sox fault. And I want to make that very clear. It's not the Sox are the ones that are making the decision for everybody. Right. It's just like, come on, owners. We got to figure this shit out.
And you know what? I just thought about this right now, listening to you, My Sox Summer. You know what we need to bring in the mayor. She's got the biggest dick in the city. Let her come in.
Hey,
bigger than the
Italians.
My Sox Summer's Italian.
She's got every Italian.
Bigger than the Italians. That's what I heard. Yeah.
Even My Sox Summer's neighbor, they got all the Italians on that block. Man. So you know what? Let her come in, put that shit down, and say, you know what? The shit's over. Yeah.
Unfurl it.
Just like, bam.
Hey, we got a there. You got to drink.
Yeah. The Mexican Mandingo is spoken. Right? Yeah. We got to go with it now.
That's the best thing about the yes. The yes can mean all sorts of things. It's like the word fuck. It can be like so many different things. Like oh, yeah.
You know what, fellas? Enough negativity for tonight. Enough negativity, man. We talked about I think all of us, most of the people in the comments, I'm pretty sure, we're all pro player.
100%.
We're rooting for the players to get their fair share. We want them to play again, but only under the terms where it's going to make sense for them, where Sebi Zavala is not making $30,000 a year over 15 fucking years to play 2 minutes in the major leagues.
And then when he's in the minors, well, at least now he's getting housing. Like they tried to do a salad before that. They would say, now you know what? 6 of you don't got to sleep in one bedroom anymore.
Well, you don't got to sleep in your car like Cody Decker.
Ridiculous.
I mean, but guys, enough negative. Enough negative. Let's get into some positive. Let's have some fun.
All right.
That's what we're here for, right? We're here to have some fun.
Yes.
Oh,
so pretty.
Yes.
Oh, let's do that draft.
So pretty,
baby.
So tonight's draft is this is going to be all over the place because the draft is things you used to like but are completely over now. And so because it's the way I see the screen, I don't know if everyone else does. I'm going to go Beef, then me, then Wally, then My Sox Summer, and then back. So Beef, kick it off. Number 1 overall pick of things you used to like, but are completely over now.
Oh, man. I mean, it pains me to even say this because it's lost that loving feeling for me. All right. It's something I really used to enjoy. And I remember, Treasy, when we were kids, we didn't have cable right away when everyone had it. But when we got it, man, we were like 10 years old or whatever. Mm-hmm. The thing I couldn't wait to watch every single goddamn night, and ESPN was good about putting it up there, was regular season college basketball. And now you could not pay me to watch a regular season college basketball game. It is such a big pile of shit. But back then, when big fat Stacey King was leading Oklahoma and they were the number 1 team, and I thought they should have won the title, and he lost to Danny Manning, I loved that shit. And then over time, and I think part of the reason was, I mean, and rightfully so, the college basketball players were allowed to go pro earlier and get their money, right? But in the old days, they couldn't. Like, it was very hard for them to go. Yes. They had to at least be a junior. And so you had some of these great teams stay together for a long time. And so you kind of saw a little better basketball at that level in total. But also, I think it's just like a situation where the athletes outshot the skill level, right? The athletes got a lot better, but then it's tough to like maintain the skill level with the athleticism. And this college basketball is just not the product it used to be. So my number one pick is regular season college basketball. The tournament's different because I can bet on everything in the tournament and it's fun and weird and wild. The regular season, I can't.
You know, Beef, I think me and you are aligned on this, and I think it's because we don't like. I mean, I know DePaul has a team, but they're not. They're not great.
Yeah.
It's a.
They were when they were paying people, but not anymore.
They were good when they were in Conference USA or whatever they were in. Going to the Big East was a big mistake. But Beef, if you don't have a team that you're like a diehard for, like it's a bad game.
Yeah, I get that. We didn't, I didn't. You went to DePaul, but I didn't go to a college that has like Division I. I would have, if I had some loyalty, I probably would like it. But just generally back watching it, I like watching Kofi. I'm gonna go with my sex. I like to just watch him play as like a one player off. But as far as like actually watching the teams, like when Kentucky has like a really great team that has like 5 NBA players, I will check them out. But otherwise, I'm just not into it. I can't get down on it. Man.
I was just gonna ask you, like, I mean, is this something recent? Because like in 2005, you had to like to watch the Illini.
Oh yeah, right? No, the Illini were.
That was a fun.
Occasionally, a team comes through my sex number where it's like, oh shit, this is a really great team. I want to keep an eye on this. Like that does happen, but as a general product, it's like I'm not turning on every college basketball game like I used to. I used to just watch a lot of college basketball games.
And you nailed it. The first thing you said, you nailed it with, is that you're allowed to leave now. People are leaving, and you can't fault that player for leaving.
No, I want them to.
I think, so like you can't get to know somebody after only like one season, or if you do get to know them really well, they're gone. So I don't know. Yeah, I can agree with you to a certain extent, but I do think it'd be different if you went to a school that had like a good basketball team. You probably would still be like, you know what, I'm going to watch that. So
I agree with that.
No, number 2 pick. Oh, go ahead, Wally.
No, I was just saying, I'm with you. I never liked college basketball. So I mean, I never. I didn't go to college. I went to the school of being a dad. So I didn't. But even when I did watch college back in like.
He majored in wiping asses.
Mid 90s. No. I used to bet. So when I was betting big time on sports, and especially when I'm offshore, sports books and stuff that went under and took like a, back then it was only like a couple grand, but back then I was like, oh damn, that was my 401k plan. Before 401k.
World Sports Exchange. We know.
Fuck college basketball. I'll bet do fuck around with March Madness and stuff. I do fuck with March Madness.
Oh yeah. I said just
regular season. It was definitely regular season.
I'm in. I'm done.
Yeah, all right.
So number 2 overall, I'm going with something that I think all you guys with kids can relate to, and I think we all liked it as kids. We hate it now. Is cotton candy. Cotton candy fucking sucks.
I love buying little. I love it every time. Little Miss Shortstop comes to the game. I have to buy it only because she gets so excited. Like, how can you hate on cotton candy? Especially when we had that one guy. Hey, buy my cotton candy. Like, come on, how can you hate on the cotton candy?
When you were a kid, you loved it. I liked cotton candy when I was a kid. I don't want cotton candy now. I'm fucking over cotton candy.
No more. Yeah, I got you.
I'll have a kid when my daughter was a little younger, and I'd buy it for her. I'd have like a little swath of the cotton candy. No,
it's not good. Not good.
It's bad.
Wally, you're up, man. Number 3 overall.
Wait. Number 3 overall or number 1 overall? But
your
number 1 overall for you.
It's your first pick, but 3rd overall.
I'm surprised nobody took this one.
Getting old.
2 getting old. I'm tired of fucking getting old. God damn it. When I was young, I couldn't wait to be 16 to get a fucking driver's license. Then I couldn't wait to be 18 to fucking, because I could legally buy smokes. Then 21 when I could fucking start drinking. Now that I'm in my fucking mid-40s, fuck that, man. I'd rather go back to fucking high school and not have to worry about shit. Not have to shave. Like, fuck. You got to shaving? Fuck. No, hell no. I want to be young again and shit with no problems, no bullshit. I
was thinking about this the other day, man. I was sitting there. I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. I got this going on. I'm thinking, man, Won't be long. I'll be 50 years old. What the
For
fuck?
real, yeah.
Shit is right around the corner, man. I'm getting really old here. What the fuck, you know?
I'm less than 5 years away to 50. Shit, I'm gonna get my art card fucking too soon. God damn it. Be sitting eating fucking dinner with the blue hairs,
Right?
You know, I mean, Teresa's already there and shit.
Damn, man.
He's right. He's right though.
Well, he's like, we got to get there early.
Yeah.
All the tables fill up.
Me and Wally got a Applebee's dinner tomorrow
Yeah,
evening at 4:30.
20 and shit, yeah.
It's got to have it at 5 Friday. You know, that's 5 appetizers,
that's where you get the
$5
best prices now and shit, man. You know, eat before 5.
My God, my sucks summer turnaround.
Turn around. Man, I mean, this is a deep draft, and we knew that it was going to be probably not a lot of overlapping. Now, this is the first one. I thought Loaf was going there immediately with this one, and he didn't. So I'm glad he didn't. So I'm going to keep my first one, folks. I'm over cable TV. I used to love it. Used to be my biggest. Everything. I was like, give me. Yes, I got cable. I can watch whatever I want. I got all this stuff. No, I don't even give a shit now. Put it on the app. I can watch it whenever. Give me this. Give me that. You know, like it's on demand. That's all I need. I do not need live cable television anymore. So that's my first pick. Cable TV.
I like that one.
Second, pains me. It pains me to say this, but as much as I loved them as a kid, and I probably taped that show for 5 to 7 years after I stopped. I didn't even watch them. I just fucking taped it. Was The Simpsons. Totally over The Simpsons.
Oh, man.
I could not.
After
a certain point.
Yeah.
After a certain point, I was just taping it. It was set on the DVR, and I'm like, I never watched it. And it probably went that way for 7 years. I just felt bad not taping it because I might potentially watch it, but it never got back to the glory. Like right after college, I was like, nah, I don't even need to watch this anymore.
Once
like,
I had kids,
they did it.
Especially what's he now on Twitter now? Toasty Claw. Once I had Toasty Claw, and when he was goddamn about 5 years old watching Simpsons, I'm like, I'm fucking done. Like Bart ain't grown. Bart ain't age. That fucker's been in the same grade for fucking 12 years now. Like I'm done. I'm done with this shit. I'm with you.
Yeah. So I would take cable and then The Simpsons. That'll be my second pick.
I like that. I like that.
Simpsons.
Good call. Yeah.
I love cable too much, man.
I agree. I'm with you, Wally. I'm not feeling that first pick.
No.
I feel that one.
You'll get there soon enough, guys.
Nah, the bill's high as shit. I ain't gonna lie. That's probably
you hung on to that satellite dish for too long before too. So I mean, this is where it's going.
All right, Wally, you're up.
All right, let me go into my list here. What do we got here? Number 2. Which one really? Oh yeah, my number 2. Fucking cheap pizza. I can't do that shit no more. Like my first job when I was 16 was Domino's. I ain't eat that shit since. But even when like when my sex summer tried to bring in them Little Caesars for us and shit that one time and couldn't do it. I can't eat that shit no more. Even when I got T-Mobile and shit and they got like them lately, it's been like them free Tuesday shit, like 2 for Tuesday, free pizzas. I can't eat that shit no more, man. I just can't.
I love this, man. This is
I
a
can't
big
do
fuck
cheap
the Tigers.
pizza.
This is a big fuck the Tigers.
Fuck the Tigers. Fuck Domino's. Fuck Little John's. All that fast food piece of shit. Fucking processed shit.
I didn't know Little John was making pizzas now.
Little John.
Little John. Papa John.
I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Yeah.
Papa John.
Papa John.
Little John fan.
I mean, Shaq's over there peddling that shit. Yeah.
I would buy a Little John pizza. I'll be honest with you, just to see what it was. You know?
Okay.
What?
Pizza served at a challenge. I would drink that pizza.
Yeah. But no, I can't do that. There's too much good pizza, especially where we're out here in Chicago, man.
Wally, what's your go-to pie? Where are you going to get your pie?
Depends what I'm looking for, man. Like I got a place down the street for me that's got a good. See, I actually like that stuffed and pan pizza and shit. I know people want to shit on that. It's got to be tavern style, man. But I like that thin or thick crust fucking.
I do too, man.
I like local place. My favorite stuffed pizza is Uncle Pete's out in Naperville, man. Is my man. I swear by that shit. And then by me now, where I live.
feel like you're telling us you just went to Aloha Mr. Hand's house and ate
No.
Yeah.
Like I just
Whatever
go to
he
Uncle
bought.
Pete. I just go to Uncle Pete's. He buys me a
No.
pizza.
Uncle Pete's. It's been the staple. It's won awards in Naperville and shit, but it's fantastic. And then down the street from me, place in Roselle called Rosario's. Man, it's got a great pan. Love their pizza. But otherwise, if not, I love Phil's. You know, for thin crust. But to be honest though, Kier turned me on to the one in Oak Lawn. It's better than the one in Bridgeport, man. I'm telling you, that one's phenomenal. That's
Matt Ramsey. Huh?
Yeah. I was trying to think of his Twitter handle. It's like KDO9. Yeah. But he turned me on to that place. That place is now my new favorite. Like, damn good pizza, man.
Nice.
Yeah,
chorizo.
Sure.
So I'm gonna take one you should have taken, My Sock Summer. I'll take this one because I used to be one of these guys too, but I'm gonna go cigarettes.
Oh,
I used to like them, but now I don't even like to be in a place where smoking's allowed. Like,
oh yeah.
Like it just smells.
Is that why
terrible.
you haven't been in a horseshoe?
Yeah, like I go to the horseshoe, and I go.
We got to go anyway. Fuck
it. We do. Like fuck that cigarette,
Well, I mean, I'll see you guys there. I'll see you guys there Sunday morning, but that's besides the point. Besides the point, I just don't like it anymore. And
I'm with you.
It's one of those things too. I remember when they stopped because speaking of we're old. I remember when
fuck you,
used
Nelson,
to smoke in all the bars in Chicago, and it never bothered me. And then they did the smoking ban in bars, and I was like, oh shit, I could wear the same pair of jeans the next day. What a wild fucking thing this is.
Not going home fucking smelling like shit.
Right.
Yeah. Waking up hungover and your hair smells like smoke and you weren't smoking.
Man,
it's the worst, man.
You've been in those clubs where the smoke is so bad, like your eyes are burning. Like you go outside with the smokers to get fresh air and shit. You know what?
I can finally breathe.
Yeah. So for me, cigarettes is a big one. I think because. I used to smoke and especially when I was out touring, that was just shit.
It's how
you just need to calm down a little bit sometimes, and you just have a smoke
break.
And I got a couple of years on you guys. You guys probably don't remember. We used to be able to smoke in high school. I used to have on my ID card on the back of it had the cigarette lounge and shit. No,
for sure.
But I'm saying
you smoke behind the mobile units, Greasy.
In between periods, you can go outside or at lunch and actually have a cigarette. We over there fucking teachers be trying to bum a cigarette from you and shit, man.
Give me an A, motherfucker.
Then to top it off, I thought that was like a federal thing. No, it's just a state thing that Illinois passed that you can't smoke because you still smoking in the bars in Wisconsin and Indiana and shit.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I walk into it now and it's like fuck, they got no air purification. Now it's Vegas and shit.
Wally, that's what knocked My Sock Summer out when we went to Indiana. All that smoke. It was just all the cigarette smoke.
It wasn't the blue balls. It had nothing to do with the blue balls.
He had to go lay in your. He had to go lay in your van.
Man,
he couldn't breathe it out. He had to
the old bang bus, man. R.I.P. Bang bus, man.
R.I.P.
Why? I thought we were friends, Cherizy.
Beef turnaround.
All right. Both of these really pained me a lot. So the first one is a comic that I had enjoyed. I enjoyed his work.
No.
I used to be a big.
I'm gonna have to cross him off my list.
I used to be a big listener of Loveline back in the day.
Oh no!
And I really loved Adam Carolla's work on that. Okay, and then he did the Man Show, which I thought was funny, kind of goofy or whatever. And then he started doing his own podcast and thing. I was like, okay, I kind of got in on that. I was listening a little bit that, and then he sort of turned into became super political guy, and I was like, fuck, man, I'm out on you. You go kiss my ass. So Adam Carolla is someone I used to enjoy, and I'm totally fucking over him now. I just can't.
I'm there, man.
I was actually happy when his wife divorced him. I was like, fuck you. You used to be good, and now you fucked up, and you're not funny no more. You get out of here.
Loveline was awesome. I remember
it
was
hilarious back in the day.
It was a really funny show, and actually somewhat informative too. It was a good show.
Go get condoms, idiots.
Right. Go to whatever the thing you're calling about, you should go to a doctor about.
I like when the girls would call in with some weird thing that they were into, and Adam would be like, hold on, let me do this one. He's like, who hurt you? Who touched you? What trauma happened to you when you were growing up? Because like, why are you into watching guys piss on your friends' faces before you guys fuck? You know,
the thing
like,
was Adam was important to that show because he would sniff out the people that were just total bullshit. Because Dr. Drew was just going to help everybody. Like he was there to try and help people and become a famous
pill popper
person. But
exactly, famous person.
but nevertheless,
it
like
was
he didn't know how to suss that out. And Adam Carolla started out his career doing that.
I mean, to be
being
honest,
the fake caller into things, so he could tell when it was a fake bullshit call, and he would call it out, which I thought was always impressive.
Yeah, but I didn't even know Adam Carolla was even political. Now I gave up on that guy. I used to like was he on that Man Show shit? That was kind of
funny. That was kind of funny. And Loveline was hilarious too. But and even when he started his own podcast network, and he started it off kind of doing all the stuff he does, and he's real good with analogies and like making jokes into analogies and shit. And it's like. It's a good, like, it's kind of some stuff we use basically on this podcast, right? We use a lot of analogies to like connect you to things or whatever, but he fucked up, man. He stinks. Now.
80 great analogies in the 108.
That's right.
He was also Howard Stern's West Coast replacement after Howard Stern went off terrestrial radio. And he had Danny Bonaducci on the show.
I used to listen to him when he was in Chicago.
It was horrible.
I liked Danny Bonaducci when he was here.
Danny Bonaducci was so horrible.
They
would bring up.
He would fight with Stern all the time. See, because you're a Stern guy, and I'm like, I like Stern when he was on TV. When he was on E, I love Stern. I like visually watching Stern. Listening to the radio.
He is.
No, because they would edit and put the best parts. Because when you listen to him,
that's not true.
It's so dry bit. Like
Wally just wanted to see Robin's big old titties. That's all he wanted to see. I know what he's looking at. I know what
Beef, do you have another one? Did you
second one? Let's go. Let's go number two. I only went one. Let's go number two. I'm gonna go with a food product per se. And it's gonna bring back memories for Teresi and I. And it's something I used to enjoy. My grandmother would get pop deliveries in the big bottles of soda.
Oh, yeah.
The big pop bottles or whatever. And you'd have to like open them with the can opener or whatever, or the bottle opener and shit. But the thing that I liked back then that you will never catch me dead ordering now is cream soda. Cream soda fucking sucks. Cream soda was good when you were 8, and cream soda is horrible now. And I would never.
You gotta have the Barks Boston cream soda.
I don't want any cream soda. Get the cream soda the fuck out of here.
Did you go to like an actual like an old school like Gatey's that actually had like fresh cream soda and shit?
They would.
There was the pop delivery, so it was like the.
Oh, okay.
It was it was like the place they made the pop and then
it was like Filbert's, but they would fill it up and then bottle it and deliver it right away. Mm-hmm. So like you had a fresh shit,
basically a 40 of cream soda. Basically,
it was 40 of cream soda, exactly. No, I'm out. I'm completely out on cream soda.
There's some good cream soda out there. I'm gonna bring some cream soda over your house.
I don't want it. I'm not.
Some IBC. I'm gonna get you some IBC cream soda.
Teresi, bring it over next party he has and just leave it there. We know that Loaf won't throw anything away, as evidenced by everything he drinks. He will at some point be like, you know what, I'm mixing this tequila with Teresi, and he'll be like, what? He's like, I found some cream soda, must have been from an opening day party, so I'm gonna put this shit in a fish bowl with 3 drops of like green food coloring, and I'm gonna drink it. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
So Beef. So for my pick, when you said there was a comedian you didn't like anymore, you weren't into it. This is where I thought you were going, and I think you and I agree on this, and people are going to be outraged by this. I'm sure.
Okay.
Oh no.
Mike Myers movies suck.
Oh,
yes, they do. Across the board.
Not Michael Myers. Let's be clear. Michael Myers movies are great.
Those are great.
Mike Myers movies suck.
All of them, or just recently?
I mean, everything. Tell me one that doesn't
all
suck.
Terrible.
I like the Shreks. I like his little cameo in Queen.
Yeah, I mean those aren't his movies though. Like
Shrek, I can get down. Fine. I'm good with that. Okay,
he's
that's a good
in
point,
Queen.
Wally.
He's in the Bohemian Rhapsody for 8 minutes. Bohemian Rhapsody is longer. The song is longer than he is in.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but you're saying bring up some shit that he was in.
Austin Powers sucks.
I like the first.
Wayne's World sucks.
All of the Austin Powers movies suck.
Go back and watch them. First Wayne's World was good. I liked it.
There's some quotes in all of them. You could pull some quotes from all of them, but they're fucking terrible, man. Like and look at his IMDb.
When we were kids, we liked them. When we were younger,
God.
we were like, "Oh, this is good." And then you watch it, and it's like, It's not.
I loved Wayne's World.
Coffee
I loved
Talk.
Wayne's World too. I liked the Austin Powers movies when I was younger. Like I liked all that shit.
Louder shit. Yeah.
If I go back and watch
They don't
any of
age
those,
well.
I'm just like, this is just total dog shit. I can't believe I watched it.
Because you're not high anymore. You were very high back then. If you were high, maybe they'd be a little better.
I want everyone in the comments to watch Wayne's World.
I was gonna say,
Watch
we're getting bodied in the comments right now.
I mean, Shrek holds up, but it's
Sit
like
there.
it's his voice though. It's not his
I
face.
want to know from all the people who are saying Austin Powers doesn't suck, Wayne's World doesn't suck. When's the last
Go
time
watch
you
it.
watched it?
Go watch
When's
it
the
right
last
now.
time you took that film in?
On the flip side, didn't like a couple Super Bowls ago, they won the best commercial? Like when they Wayne's World.
Oh,
like,
there's an award?
No, it's not an award, but like they did like a voting of like who had like the best fucking.
I mean, dude, we could do a voting. We have this thing. It's a blog. We could be like, yeah, who won the best?
I was actually
we
say all
could say
the
it was the
media.
worst shit ever.
Beer Garden Jim saying every time I watch Austin Powers, I crack up. Proves my fucking point.
Yeah.
His
understand
favorite band is
beer.
311, so his vote don't count.
Oh,
Oh, damn! More shots fired.
shit.
And Jim's my guy. Don't get me wrong, but just I ain't
He's
feeling
so
no
awesome.
311 like that.
Oh my lord.
All right, Wally,
All right.
you're up.
Oh,
Walter.
Shit. All right, let me look at this list.
Oh.
There's some good shit on here.
Wally reading is peak podcast.
The visual is very good too. I wish he would take his glasses off though, and
They
then
are
walk
off, so I can
close.
fucking see. I can't see the fucking. Fuck you, goddamn Mike.
Oh, you love it.
Throw the list on the floor, and you'll be able to see it.
Well, some might be in the way. Let me see.
You and Lori Lightfoot.
Yeah, right. No, she got me. She got me.
She got you. She
got me. I give it up. I'm gonna have to go with fees. Fees, I'm done with. When I was younger, I had no problem paying fees. I was like, cool, whatever. Like I was fine with it. Now Ticketmaster's got fucking out of control. You buy a ticket, it's at least $20 to $30 per ticket for fucking fees. Everywhere you look, processing fee, bullshit, convenience
fucking
fee.
resort fees.
Yeah,
in Vegas, all that
right. That's what I'm
bullshit.
saying.
Yes.
Like fees, I'm fucking done with them. Like I didn't have a problem with it fucking 20 years ago. I'm like, all right, you know what, convenience fee. All right, you did me a favor. You did me a solid. You hooked me up. When you would call online for Ticketmaster to get a fucking phone call and shit and talk to a live operator to pick out where you want your seat, fine. I had no problem paying that fee. Now I go online, you don't do shit.
Right.
You know, like
You're doing all the work and
you
you pay a
fucking
fee.
do shit.
Yes.
And you won't even send me my fucking ticket stub. God
Yes.
damn it. Like
Well,
you
get
know,
over that. But yes.
no, I'm not over that shit. Fuck that. That's a whole different thing. But no, it's like I'm done with fucking fees. Everybody found a way, instead of putting a charge, let's label it as a fucking fee to make more money out of you. You know, I feel like I'm fucking, beef loafing to start a segment with a fucking animal at me, fucking all these fucking fees.
Oh dang.
That's it. Fees. I'm done with fees.
Like them old ladies at Bergner's used to do something. You know, they used to plug it in on the machine or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Now we're doing it. I feel like they owe me $5 because
Right.
I had to go
That's
through
my
and do
point.
that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
no,
would
I'm
mail me
with
my
you.
It
tickets.
should be
Like,
cheaper, right?
Yeah.
I am with you.
Yeah.
And you know that money don't go to anybody. It goes in somebody's big dick pocket. You know, that's where it goes.
Yeah.
Right in there.
I'm really enjoying all the people in the comments who were talking about SNL skits that are not funny.
Oh,
I
man.
missed it.
Doubling down. Doubling down.
Trees, you gotta wonder though. It's like a circular reference. They're all hanging out here, and they think we're funny, and they also think that's funny. So
that's
maybe
true.
we're not funny. Maybe we
It's
suck. Too.
it's
Like,
very possible. It's very
You
possible. My
guys are
sock summer.
classic 90s.
You got your last two.
I got my last two, and I can't believe that both these things are available. But my first one I'm going to go with is something that I used to enjoy, and it would call people every once in a while. But telephone calls, I'm over it. Like I don't need to talk to anybody ever again.
I had talking on the
I
phone.
like-
I had talking
terrific
on the
pick.
phone.
That's a terrific
Anytime
pick.
I see somebody on
I
the
gotta spit off
phone,
on that one.
especially like at the gym, right? There's always one person there just talking away, and I'm like, that's more than I've talked on the phone for 2 years. Like just looking at this motherfucker, I'm like, I don't need to do this. Like I can get on something like this. I can do a visual chat, a video chat. I'll do a text. Like motherfucker, if you can't text it to me, fucking make it more concise and then text it to me.
And
because you're gonna ramble about something, you're gonna ask me about something, you're gonna do whatever. And so sometimes a phone call is good if you haven't talked to the person forever, because that's a lot of texting, and I can understand that.
It's a watershed moment. I want you guys to see,
but I don't need nobody else.
Comment.
Wow.
He agrees with MSX.
Whoa, fuck you.
It finally happened.
Fuck you.
Needle in a haystack. It finally fucking
I'm gonna drink a cream soda to celebrate.
And then I want you to ingest it. I want that cream soda.
When texting first started, when it was like you text me, I text you back, my 4 more texts, that's a phone conversation. I can be shit done with this in fucking a minute than all this bullshit typing all this shit, man.
It's different now though.
No, I still prefer a phone call. Like at least when vendors come around
hold on a second. This is also the same guy who just got electronic form of payment method, and he just got it. And
I used to write checks.
I don't know why I didn't do this 8 years ago when it became available. It was like my parents with fucking getting like the fucking DVR, like, that's too expensive. I don't want to pay $2 a month for that. And then they get it and they're like, holy fuck, why are we still recording stuff on a VCR?
But have to rewind and retape over the VHS tape and then find out which tape that was. I'm with you. No, I got you.
And my last one, I got to do it. It's something I loved a lot growing up, kind of, and then into my 20s. And then when I moved back from California, I don't know if you guys know, but I used to live out west. When I moved back, I just stopped drinking it. And that's Bud Light. I just can't drink it anymore. I used to drink
I've seen you drink it.
But I used to drink an obscene amount of Bud Light. All right. That was my go-to beer. Anytime I went somewhere, Bud Light. Oh, gotta give me Bud Light. All my friends, they're big into Miller Lite. We'd go party, whatever. I'm like, I gotta get my 12-pack of Bud Light. I need to love Bud Light. If I've ever had a Bud Light, every time I've had a Bud Light, I'm like, what am I drinking? It is too sweet. It doesn't taste like beer. It's just like, it doesn't even get me drunk. I don't know why I was so into it for so long. I'm somewhat embarrassed by it, but yeah, no, Bud Light, definitely.
You're Slump Buster and Biggins' number one enemy now.
I know. They love it. They love Budweiser, though.
They're
Bud Light, Bud Heavy.
Mostly Bud Heavy. Yeah.
All right, Wally, your last pick. Bring it home, man.
All right. I actually have to thank My Sock Summer for this one. No. I bathe in that shit. But no, for real, I have to go with, and I hated on My Sock Summer. I used to bust his fucking balls over this for a while. I really have to go with this, because I was cool with it up to about a year ago. Game changer for me. Life, like the biggest life altering thing in my life in the past year is a bathroom without a bidet. I used to be like, you motherfucker, you want to put what in your ass? Like, what? No, I feel you. It's going back to like beef loaf shit,
literally.
But now it's like, how have I been walking around for fucking 40 some odd years with a fucking goddamn fucking dirty ass? Like,
so is your pick then toilet paper? Toilet paper is your pick.
No,
toilet paper.
No, toilet paper. No, what I'm saying is,
he used to like it, and now he doesn't.
Toilet paper.
He's over toilet paper.
Wiping your ass with no bidet.
He's over not having bidet. He wants to be
bidet.
spritz.
Yeah.
He's over his no bidet poops. Yeah.
He needs his Budheim and spritz before he gets.
I mean, now if there's one got it, I got a shower. Like, I'm spoiled now, man. Like, My Sock Summer, and I used to. I'm like, you motherfucker. Like, I go to the bathroom in his house. I got water in the eye and shit because I stepped on it and shit. But it's like, but now I can't take a shit without it.
So
I can't.
You guys don't even know. My Sock Summer has the pressure up real high on his bidet. It's like enema every time.
Oh yeah, you got me in the eye, man. I'm over to drink.
It's like, I don't even have shit. I'm just gonna come in here and flush this, and it'll brighten me up.
I'm in his bathroom. I thought I had a squirter. I didn't know what the fuck happened, man.
Your eyes pop out like Bugs Bunny when you use the bidet at My Sock Summer's house.
It used to be a handle. Somebody left it on. They couldn't figure out how to take it off, so they just left it here. Not very hard to take off, just so you know. But I was like, I'm never gonna use this thing, and then I used it one time, and I was like, yeah, that's nice. I think I'm gonna stick with that. Yeah. It was like I remember when Will Smith, I know I've said this on the podcast before. Will Smith was like, was selling like the wet wipes to use on your butt, and he was saying if you got poop on your arm, would you just wipe it off with a dry paper towel? You're like, no, you would wash that shit off your arm, literally. Like, so why are you using dry toilet paper? And it's like, yes.
I know it's a good comment when me and Beef are both clicking on it, and
we're fighting over it. It kept going down.
Dude, Roxy,
Roxy always kills it, man.
Roxy,
it's giving me a hard time tonight. She's really killing me tonight. I done said too much.
So I have so many for my last pick. I have just so many things.
Well,
we're gonna dump the list.
Yeah, we got a dump list.
But
yeah.
The one I'm gonna say this one because I want to explain it a little bit. And DVDs is mine, and I'll tell you why. I'm over getting up to put in a fucking DVD. If it's not streaming, like I can.
How many do you own?
From my fucking couch, I can see my DVDs, and I can look and go like, I want to watch that movie. Let me see if it's streaming somewhere. Like that. Like I am not getting up to do.
Would you pay $3 to stream it to not put it in?
I've done it.
All right, but Teresi, how many DVDs do you have?
I don't know, like 100 or something. I don't know.
I got
like,
a few. I got a few.
like,
what do we got? Like I got 500-600.
But Wally,
I probably got a couple hundred Blu-rays.
CDs are the same. CDs are the same for me. Like I have
I got
CDs.
Thousands. I'm with you.
I've not put a CD in. You know why? Because I don't have anywhere to put a CD in. I just still own them.
You can't even get a car with them no more.
No.
Talk to the guys at Mazda. Get like a plug-in CD player.
Little throwback, baby.
That'll be the next thing from Mazda. They're like, we got windshield wipers that just go on automatically when it starts raining. Also, we have a huge CD deck for five CD changes.
It's actually an old Discman with like a plug-in. Yeah.
Put in the cigarette.
For you young kids that don't know what the aux channel is there, that is for you to plug your fucking Walkman in.
Dude.
All right, Beef. Close it out.
I'm gonna close it out with something that I used to really enjoy doing, and I try as hard as I can because my daughter's young now, and like I really want to, like, we stay up late and we watch horror movies and stuff, but I just can't do it anymore. It's just like not in me, and it's staying up all night. Staying up all night used to be fucking awesome when you were like between 13 and about 23, 24, 30. 25. And when you're in your 40s, staying up all night is like a death sentence for the next week. Like, you cannot do it. You shouldn't do it. And if you do it, it's a gigantic fucking mistake. Please don't do it. So, like, I'm totally over staying up all night. As much as I'd like to, I know what it's going to do to me in the future, and I just can't do it.
Yep. Staying up all night is the at this age is the equivalent of taking 6 weeks off of work. You're just like, I'm just,
right for a while.
I'm just not going to be right again.
I can't even think about the last time that I was up all night, and I know it was out west because I used to live out in California. I don't know if I talked about that.
Allegedly.
But then I know that we'd gone skiing that night, and I was driving home at 10 o'clock in the morning after drinking probably about a half a case of Budweiser to like keep down the injuries that I was getting from skiing. And I was like, it was
very
just
snowy.
I remember it happened. Of course, it happens on a night. The Saturday I was supposed to go into work on that Saturday to do something. I'm like, I can't go into work right now. Like, no one wants to see me at this point being up all night and probably shaking a lot. So no, I don't think I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I had to work an overnight where I was up. I had to work during the day too, and I was like, it was up for like 24 hours or something. And like, I just remember like drinking like a lot of coffee, and like my body, I just didn't like. I could tell that everything was going wrong with my body. Like just like I was jittery but really tired. Like it was just like my beard might just fall off. I don't know what's gonna happen next. Like it was just completely off.
It's insane.
Staying up all night is no good for anyone close to our age. Like, do it at your own peril.
I still try. That's how I usually end up waking up in your driveway.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Wally Money. Like we attempt it, and then it never go. And if you actually
Not
make
good.
it, you'd be mad you made it because you made it, and then it's like the next week, like Treasy's saying, next 6 weeks are fucked up because you're tired and you don't know what's going on, and you're not.
That's on my dump list. That's on my dump list.
All right, let's dump these lists. Beef, go first.
That sounds good. I've got the English rockers Bullsh. I've got video games, Jaeger bombs.
No, they're not.
Video games, yeah.
Wallets, as I'm a money clip guy now.
Yeah,
the
but
TV show Elf. The TV show Elf is not good. Monday Night Football used to be good, not good anymore.
Not with
Andy's Candies. Used to enjoy Andy's Candies as a kid. Treasy and I used to eat them a lot. My grandma's
they're not good.
No thanks. I'll take Tube Socks are out. Honeydew Melon. Confidence pools. Remember before we could bet online?
Yeah.
Play in the confidence pools. Those were fun. They're not fun anymore.
Not fun now.
And then the last one is giving myself an enema.
But you still
don't enjoy that anymore. Well, I did it back then. I don't like it anymore.
You might do it next week. We'll see.
Give me the dump.
I just got a quick list. This is something new, something fresh. Pay streaming services with commercials. 100%. Never liked it. It's totally over it. Why am I paying for it and still having to see a commercial? Yeah. I don't get it. It's befuddling me. I'm like, we're getting fucked again. Like we figured out the system and then we started gaming it and now they're gaming it back. Weekly releases, fucking over it. Don't do that anymore. Lenny Kravitz, used to love him. Don't particularly care much for him. The Smashing Pumpkins, used to love them.
Yeah,
you know what, MSS, I'm with you. I saw him at Riot Fest and I was kind of like, this is very boring.
Yeah, it's not the same.
But just the lead singer now, right? Doesn't have the whole band with him anymore, though, right?
No, James was back.
Most of them came back. Yeah, it was. It's just not fun. It's not as much fun. And my last one, as much as it pains me to, well, there's two. Actually, there's two more. Jenna Jameson. Kind of over her. I used to love her a lot. I didn't think it would be right not to include an adult actress. I felt like I had to. And then the last thing is something I haven't really talked about. I've talked about it with you guys, but not out there. I canceled Sirius. And I'm over.
I'm that expensive. You could get it down to like.
Oh no, and we did, and the guy met our price. But I'm like, I don't want to listen to the Howard Stern show anymore. Like I love the old Howard Stern show. I'm
glad you finally grew up.
Stuff like I love the old Stern. And there was times that it was good, Wally. There was times it was good.
He lost 40 pounds. It's like, you know what? Fuck Howard Stern.
It's like Chris Lanuti told us. Fucking Chris Lanuti told me a story, told me some stuff about the radio industry, and I keep seeing it in things, and I'm like, I can't fucking forget this. And it just kept happening in the Stern show. I'm like, I got to get rid of it. I can't listen to Ben Stiller every fucking, 8 months. I don't need to hear from him every 8 months. Like, I'm done. So, yeah, I'm over Howard Stern show. I'm sorry. All right.
Wally, dump your
list.
Right.
Well, since I have seen, I'm over Steve-O. Talking shit right now. You know what?
Everyone is.
His ass is always falling down. All right, hang on. Let me get my list real quick. Cancel culture. I'm done with that shit. I supported it when it first happened and shit, but now I'm like, you know what? Fuck you.
That's because we're all gonna get canceled after this show.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm getting canceled for Wayne's World at this point.
Wayne's World, like freedom of speech, but all of a sudden now, when you bash people for having freedom of speech, like if they don't agree with you, all of a sudden now you want to cancel them. Like you can't have it both ways, So I'm done. All right, number 2 is work.
Used to love it.
Right.
No, not so much.
No thing.
Hangovers. Like I used to think it was like a badge of honor. Now it's like, fuck, I can't function for 2 days now. Overstaying, you're welcome. I just before I come say hi, come this. Now I'm like, you know what? Hi and bye.
Hey, Wally,
give me a good drive-by.
Wally's one of the best actually about this. Like when you're at somebody's house or something, Wally's over. Like he's one of those first guys.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Every time to go, get the fuck out.
It's time for everybody to go. He's the first one out.
And he'll make sure everyone goes. Like, when it's time, he's like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Like no. You're falling asleep over here. You're pulling one of my moves. Like let's it's time to go. Yeah, you're right. People's opinion. Before I get now, go fuck yourself. I I used to be like a big fan of this with my daughter, my youngest daughter. You guys all know my daughter, my youngest one. Like those filters, like when she take cameras and shit, like it was all cute. You saw like birds and shit and all that stuff. Now shit, like everybody's profile pic and all this other shit are filters. Like when I say like I feel like I'm getting catfished when I see you in person. You know,
you ain't kidding. I see people on Twitter and they're always using the filters, and then I see a picture of them at somewhere live where someone who not using the filters.
I'm like, who the fuck is that? They tag him.
Who are you?
I'm like, who the fuck? That ain't fucking her. Her or guy. Guys do it too. Like it's not just females. And I'm
That's
like,
true.
Oh,
yeah.
Steve-O's a big filter guy. He actually has a big poofy hair.
He's got hair.
He wants to look like Moby.
Yeah.
He uses the Moby filter and all his pictures.
The Moby filter.
All right.
All
right. Next one for me. I only got a couple more. And I'll go through them quick. House phone. Like I didn't even know. I was at my parents' house this past weekend. Phone rings. I'm like, mom's like, answer it. Like, I can't even fucking hear all the fucking thing. Like, I'm so used to I'm like, who the fuck still has a house phone? They still got an answering machine and shit. I'm like, what that fucking thing picking up? You know?
Answering machine?
Yes. My parents are old. Like they, yeah. So I'm done with that shit. I'm glad I don't have that shit.
You have reached the Wally monies.
Music reality shows and shit. Like I used to kind of fuck with. Like I like the rejects and shit. Like with American Idol and all that shit. Once they start getting, fuck all that. Not everybody has a good voice. I don't need to fucking hear it. You know, like for real. And this even piggyback on like some podcasts. Like you got bad content's bad content. Like get the fuck out of here. Like
Word.
done. You know,
I thought Wally was going to leave the podcast.
No.
Later. Watch this shit's never going to come back on.
He's like, oh no,
he broke
She.
I unplugged my shit.
You're back.
All right. After that,
God damn, you got a novella.
COVID. You know, let's give to
you liked it. You enjoyed it in the beginning. I guess. Hang on. There's an argument for
like the numbers and shit. Like I was big into like all this shit. Like,
yeah.
Let's be honest. I was the first one to be like, I ain't shit and ain't stuff. And I remember Beef and Chirizi like pandemic's kind of like serious, Wally. Like I'm like, that ain't shit. Fuck that. I'd eat crow. I'd eat my words. I was fucking wrong. and then I was big into watching the news every day about COVID and shit. Like where's shit's at and stuff. Now I'm like, nah, fuck, I'm done.
It's enough.
Bill Cosby.
Oh,
That's
could have been the number one overall pick.
Yeah, well, I thought about it. I was like, I'll put it on my dump list.
Well,
hey, you watched that one?
Yes, I did. That's why I'm like, fuck Bill Cosby.
Dude, Showtime's got a 4-part documentary on. We got to talk about Cosby.
Yeah,
and you need to watch it because it's like watching people fight within their inner emotions because they're like, Bill Cosby did so much good, and then like 8 times a lot like worse. Like he just it's so bad.
Yeah, right. And then my last one is Sal.
Fuck Sal, yeah.
Even though he was great and I felt bad the first time I met him because I fell asleep. But
White Sox Sal was talking to you and you fell asleep? Okay, I believe that actually.
Well, no, I was on the 3-day bender, see him in Vegas.
We know 3-day benders.
Wow. Yeah.
You were worried I was going to take Cosby, though? I'm a Cosby stan. Everyone knows that.
Oh, God. You got to watch that shit.
No, I'm telling you, it's all he talks about them Spanish flies and shit. Then you realize he's talking about raping people.
He's a bad guy.
Like, he's got a whole chapter in his book about Spanish flies. His book called Fatherhood.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. Like,
ridiculous.
All right. I'm going to dump my list before you get canceled. All right. So I have my birthday.
I did. 100% I did.
I used to like my birthday. I don't give a shit now. Drinking 40s. That used to be cool. I don't want to drink a 40 anymore. Old Country Buffet. That used to be a place I wanted to go.
Yeah.
I'd go tomorrow if it was open.
Wearing Jankos. Wearing Jankos is on my list.
You loved wearing Jankos at one point?
Yeah, man.
What were those? I never heard of those.
Oh, yeah.
What's next? Chuck Taylor's?
Cologne. Cologne's next.
Oh.
Sorry,
I
Wally.
still wear cologne.
Sorry, yeah, I wear that shit.
Goldschlager. Goldschlager's next.
Oh, Goldschlager's still good.
It's not. CDs.
Yeah.
Staying in hotels. I'd rather sleep in my own bed. It's much.
You don't want to travel? No more 108 road trips?
I'll do it. Just the
Just don't
hotel's
like
not
it.
the best part. I mean, that's. Just,
Oh, I got
to do
you.
it.
I got you.
Just have to do it.
Yeah.
Just like the next one, Red Bull.
No, I know
Red
it's
Bull.
yeah,
Like
sure.
Red Bull. And, Mike's Hard Lemonade. There was a time in my life when I would drink Mike's Hard Lemonade. It's not good.
I still would.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I would.
And then my last.
I drink it. No, I'm with
My
you.
last one is new metal. New metal. I was a big new metal fan for a while.
No,
I gotta admit,
That's
I don't
one
really. I
that's
don't go
one
back
could
and
see-
hit.
I can see you coming back to it eventually.
Maybe
think
I
eventually.
don't hit a lot of Cold Chamber albums anymore. It's like
I was just
maybe you
listening to
should.
Cold Chamber last night. That is
It's got
well,
one
that's
good
because
album.
you're loco. All right.
Yeah. I mean,
Cold
that's
Chamber
the
got one
only
good
good song. So yes, that was definitely the one I was listening
But
to.
I'm with you. There ain't no good fucking metal out there anymore, man.
Oh, there is. It's just underground, bro. That's what they tell me.
I mean, what's bands that have been around? They're still putting shit out that's decent. But
All
Like
right.
Ghost is still good, right? Are they metal or are they not?
you know
metal?
what?
Yeah,
I
but
never
Ghost
I
is
never got
awesome.
into them.
But
They've got
I don't
such
consider
revolving
Ghost-
door members.
I don't
They're
consider
not
Ghost
metal,
new
though.
metal though.
No,
Like I'm talking
not new metal. No.
Yeah, I'm talking like the era of like Korn, Limp Bizkit, Cold Chamber, all that. I did like it. I don't like if I'm going through a Spotify playlist, it's not in there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not in
that's
there.
true.
It's not, I'm not hitting
Yeah,
that.
but Limp Bizkit's last album was shit.
Oh, I mean, Wally, their first album was shit. I mean, like it just
This could be a fight right here.
I don't. You know what?
Y'all
Though?
about to fight right now.
As much as I want to fight, I also want to play this YouTube commercial because we got to.
Okay.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching us on a live stream right now and haven't subscribed, make sure you tickle the undercarriage of that subscribe button and get on board. If you've already subscribed and are watching the show, talking smack about MSS's internet and generally meat gazing at Treasy E and I, please smash that like button in the face. If you are listening on the podcast feed and have never enjoyed the eroticism that is the YouTube version of this show, come to youtube.com/FromThe108 and hit that subscribe button. Our previous goal was 1,000 subscribers. We're currently at 1,100 plus. That's going to allow us to make minimum wage for about 1 hour per month if we do a full podcast schedule. You just can't beat that. So get your friends, your family, your dog, everyone to subscribe and allow the 108 to fulfill the dream of becoming YouTube thousandaires. I love you.
I love you.
White Sox sounds with you guys. So over pre-recorded ad.
Yeah,
That's a good ad read.
I agree with Sal.
What do you want to do,
No, it sucks.
Guys, I got a game for you. We're gonna play one more game.
I forgot about
Play
this.
one more game. It's a game that
it's early.
I put together.
It's gonna happen.
It's called Metal Musician or Nobel Prize Winner.
Ooh,
Yes!
I love it.
All I'm gonna give you is the name.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be pictures.
Just a name. And then you got to tell me if that is a metal musician or a Nobel Prize winner. It's a very easy game. I'm not going to keep score, but Pat's going to lose.
Why?
Yeah,
Why am I going to lose?
Government
Fuck you.
name. I don't care.
That's a government name, man. Good job. He's had too many solos.
I will slap the hell out of you.
First up, Bob Dylan. Metal musician or Nobel Prize winner?
Nobel
Beef,
Prize.
you're up.
Oh,
I'm going to go with metal musician.
Wow. Nice Sock Summer. What are you going with?
wait, what? He said
Yeah.
he clearly won the Nobel Prize for like songwriting or some bullshit. Yeah.
Wally, what do you think?
Oh, that's Nobel Prize. That fucker never played a metal in his life.
Nobel Prize winner.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Bob
Songwriting.
Dylan is a Nobel Prize winner, but
I don't either. That's
He
why
is,
I
but it was
picked it
for-
because I assumed it was a pseudonym of some metalhead. I was like, I'll just be
No,
Bob Dylan.
I
I gotta be
think
honest. I
Summer
thought I
had
was
it
gonna
right.
fool you guys. I
It's
fooled one. of you.
songwriting. No, it was songwriting. He won.
All right.
Next
Next
a
up,
Nobel for songwriting? Why?
Well, like a
it's,
poem.
I think it's
and then-
literature. I think it was
Yeah,
a literature
yeah.
one to literature. I think it was
Literature.
Long-winded literature.
Shingo Tamaki, metal musician or Nobel Prize winner. Wally, you're up first.
I'm gonna go with metal.
Going metal. All right.
Yeah.
My Sock Summer. What are you going?
I'm going with Nobel.
All right. Beef. Where are
Metal.
you feeling?
Metal.
You going metal?
Yeah.
Metal wins, man.
Mhm.
He is the bass player for the Sex Machine Guns.
Great band name.
If you're not
Goddamn.
familiar with them, you should listen to some Sex Machine Guns. Go give it a whirl. They've been around since the 80s.
Do they make T-shirts? If they don't, My Sock Summer should invest in making them.
I mean, Beef, look at that logo in the middle.
It's
That's
a great
beautiful.
one, right? I mean, I love that logo.
You need that shirt. All right. Varg Vikernes. My Sock Summer.
Fucking hate you guys. It's definitely Nobel. Let's do Nobel.
Nobel Prize winner, you're saying. All right.
Yeah,
Beef,
I mean, it
what do you
sounds
think?
metal though.
I mean,
It does
that's
sound-
that name sounds metal as fuck, so I'm gonna go metal.
All right. Wally, what do you think?
I don't know that one, but it sounds. You know what? I'm gonna go Nobel.
All right. That was a terrible round for you guys. This
Was
guy.
it the dude that killed somebody?
Yes.
Fuck,
This is the
and I
guy
forgot
from
that
Mayhem
goddamn
and Burzum
movie.
who killed his bandmate.
Yes, I got it. Metal.
Oh.
As you can
Okay.
see,
That's real
Not-
death metal right there.
not a
Yeah.
Nobel Prize winner.
Yep, I watched
All
that
right.
flick too. Fuck.
That
I'm caught
sounded
up.
too
Fuck you guys.
German to me. Yeah.
All right. Now we got
I don't even. I have no idea how to say that.
Arson. Beef, you're up first.
Nobel Prize. I have no idea what
You
that
got
is.
Nobel Prize on this one. All right. I
Nobel
like that. My Sock Summer, where you at?
I'm gonna go metal.
You're gonna go metal? All right.
don't-
All right.
I don't
We'll see
know.
where you land on that.
I don't know.
I really
where
don't know anymore.
You really pulled this shit
Wally,
out.
buddy, where are you going?
I'm going metal on this one.
Yeah, metal. Good job, guys. Because it's actually his real the name he went by in the metal world was Euronymous, and he's actually the guy that Varg Vikernes killed.
the guy that killed him. yes.
Oh.
So you're just like, let me name all the people that are in this movie.
Yeah, basically, that might be what's happening.
How many Nobel Prize winners are in the movie? That's what I want to know.
Well, we're gonna find out.
We'll see.
All right, Luis Gluck. My Sock Summer, where you at on this one?
I'm gonna go with Nobel.
You gonna go Nobel? All right.
Yeah.
Beef, where you at?
I mean, Luis is totally a metal name, so let's go metal.
You're gonna go metal.
Yeah, easily.
Wally Money.
Oh man, do I go with my brown heritage or the token? I go with metal.
Nobel.
I should have went with token.
What are those things called? The little dots?
Umlauts.
Umlauts, yeah.
Yeah.
The umlaut. I thought the umlaut was gonna throw people off.
Yeah,
and it did.
Just reminds me of Motley Crue. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. I got tickets to go
I'm
see him when they
kidding.
finally come
Suzuka
around.
Nakamoto. Suzuka Nakamoto.
Oh man.
Wally, you're up first.
Oh, that's metal.
You go metal. All right. My Sock Summer.
I mean, that's the game, right? So let's go. I'm gonna go with Nobel.
Nobel.
Yeah.
Beef. Where you going?
Nobel. Let's go Nobel.
Metal.
Well,
Come on,
singer
man.
from Baby Metal.
Come
One
on.
of the singers from Baby Metal. I
Actually,
figured.
I
I
actually
figured
knew
you'd
that
know that
one.
one.
Yeah, I
Figured
did know
you guys
that one.
just knew that in general.
Oh yeah, we should.
George Fisher. Beef, you're up first. George Fisher.
Nobel.
Nobel. All right. My Sock Summer.
I'm gonna Nobel.
All right. Wally.
3 for 3, Nobel.
So I should have probably put his full name, George Corpse Grinder Fisher from Cannibal Corpse.
Oh, wow. I didn't know he was a Beanie Baby collector. I would have definitely went metal.
So Treasy, what did he win the Nobel in?
Cannibalism. He was the Nobel Prize winner for cannibalism. I don't know where this picture is from, by the way.
That's awesome.
Why he's outside of
That's a
a
great shot.
Walmart with all those just beautiful. All right. Ernie Cunningham. My Sock Summer, you're up first.
Let's go with Nobel.
What was that?
Nobel. All right.
Yeah.
Beef.
Oh, I'm also gonna go Nobel because we haven't had a Nobel Prize in a while. Everyone's been metal.
Wally walked it off.
Something happened. He had to leave.
Right.
He's on call tonight.
Somebody called his landline.
No.
It was
True
on the answering
story.
machine.
No, true story. I heard of something like I don't know what it was. I thought somebody walked in my house. I'm like, the door's locked.
Oh shit!
No. I had like one of those like
back.
metallic bottle openers. Shit fucking fell. Scared the shit out of me. All right, so Ernie Cunningham. Metal.
Good call. Because it's actually Ernie C. from Body
Count. Oh, that's a dick move.
Real quick story. I think it was him too. Ernie did. We saw Body Count. Biggins and I saw them at.
I'm really upset.
Fuck Riot Fest, one of the shows that was over down there in Toyota, and he broke his fucking leg. And he played the whole show jamming with a fucking broken leg. It was fucking phenomenal. Literally played a whole about an hour long set with a broken fucking leg. His leg's up in the air, he's on the side fucking playing. And Ice-T was like, "Can you get more metal than this?" He's like, "My guitarist fucking broke his fucking leg."
That's insane. That's insane. And look at him there, just wailing with. I don't know why Ice is pouring water over his head.
I know.
He is.
It's just weird.
Jane Addams. Beef, you're up.
Fuck, man. Why do I have to go first on all these plain ass bullshit names? I'm going to go with Nobel Prize, even though I have no idea who Jane Addams is.
My Sock Summer.
It's metal.
Wally.
Nobel.
Good job, Nobel, guys. It's fucking Jane Addams from fucking Chicago, the Hull House.
Baby,
damn it. I was like, this is somebody from Marilyn Manson.
I mean, the eyes almost look like it. That
motherfucker.
That was fun.
It was
funny,
guys.
That was awesome. I enjoyed the hell out of that.
So who won?
Oh, I did.
You did?
I don't know. I don't know if any of you, Jimbo, you're right. That's why I put that one last. I want to see how drunk everybody was.
I don't know.
Jimbo lined it up, man. He knows. He knows what it is.
But that was a great time. So we're at the end of our games now. Walter, it was great having you on, man. A lot of fun. Go take care of the intruder in your house.
No, I found it. We're good.
Allegedly.
We'll hopefully see you very soon. There's not a season, but that's no reason why we can't hang out and have some tall boys.
For sure.
Right.
I'm in Vegas that last weekend of the month. I know Sax Machine Josh was talking about going to that bar, which I thought was like a BYOB that Friday.
It's not, but
I always thought that was like a BYOB or some shit, man. I drove by it 100 times, man, never stopped. So might have to do that Friday.
They're a BOB. They're a buy our beer bar. Yeah.
So anyway.
Wally, thanks for joining, brother. We will talk to you very soon.
All right, guys. We'll see you.
Bless you, Wally.
Later, man.
Peace.
Fellas, great time tonight. Let's get the thank yous going. Man. My Sock Summer, give your thank yous.
I my biggest thank you. First off, thank you, Roxy, for coming in these Twitter comments and ripping or chat comments and ripping the shit out of Loaf. That's awesome. Because we talked about poop far too much, but you doing that is great. My second shout out, Daniel Polka. Thanks, brother, for sending me the message over on the Instagram. And he's been doing some work that the 108 fans will benefit from. So just be patient, and we'll see you in Syracuse because the MLB ain't going to figure this shit out.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. That's true. Beef, give me your thank yous.
Baby, I got Jeff Passan for keeping it real on the MLB lockout. I've got my man, Nassim Taleb, for keeping it real on pandemics and wars. And lastly, I got to thank Rob Manfred for letting the 108 be the stars of the beginning of the regular season for the last 2 of the last 3 years doing the 108 tourney. So appreciate you, Rob. We're getting all the street cred because no one else can do baseball content, but we got the 108 tourney to put out there.
Hell yes.
And I want to give a big thank you to the Illinois government for finally allowing online registration to happen again for sports books.
Yes.
So if you haven't signed up for pointsbet.com, Saturday morning,
We're your
9
guys.
a.m., promo code 108ing, get 2 free bets of up to $2,000.
Baby.
Sign up Saturday morning. Be ready. We're going to send a reminder too. Don't worry about that. Probably about
There's
400
no
of them.
But
But
no question.
thank you, everyone. Good night. We appreciate you, and we will talk to you on Saturday.